Tracy Myers here along with Brian Hawks, and this is night one of Wrestlecade Weekend Goes Virtual. Now, Brian, usually you and I would be at the Benton Convention Center here in Winston-Salem, surrounded by almost 8,000 amazing wrestling fans and over 100 stars from almost every generation. But this year we're in AML Pro Wrestling Training Center, also in Winston-Salem, and we're here by ourselves, of course, with the crew. Thank you very much for being here with us. And we're here because of the pandemic. What do you think about the pandemic and how it relates to Wrestlecade Weekend?
Well, just since March, we've not had to do any wrestling, which is kind of weird. Usually this time of the year, we're stressed out, trying to deal with hotel rooms and flights and crazy people that want to reschedule everything. But this year, we're not doing anything. So it is a little weird to just be sitting here with nobody. But, I mean, it gives us a little time to breathe, come up with some new ideas, and hopefully all this is behind us next year and we can have a huge time again.
Yeah, well, we can hope so. But we got to talking and we're like, look, the fans who have been with us the past 8 years, and they're from all over the world. We've had people from Argentina and Scotland and Germany and Canada. We felt like we owed it to them to give them something on Thanksgiving weekend, because the one thing we hear over and over is it's a tradition for us. So we're like, what can we do? And we got to talking and we're like, look, we've had so many incredible matches over the 8 years of Wrestlecade Weekend. Why not give a best of? And tonight we start one of my favorite parts of Wrestlecade Weekend, and that's Showcase of Champions. Tell everyone how Showcase of Champions came to be.
So always on Friday night, we decided to have all the best independent wrestlers. Saturday's always been a little bit different, so trying to showcase the talent of the future, and we try to get promotions from all around the United States to come in, which is something that really nobody does, and have all their top champions, could be women's champion, tag champions, their top champion, all compete on Friday night, and it's usually we get a huge crowd. There's lots of people. Great weekend, great way to start the weekend with a lot of hot matches, and getting ready to see some of them here in a few minutes.
Yeah, so look, Showcase of Champions came from our love of seeing other promotions, and if you're a fan of independent wrestling like we are, of course we love all wrestling, but independent wrestling especially, we realized that in regions, the fans usually only knew or know about the champ or the wrestlers in that area.
Right.
And as we traveled the country and we looked and watched other independent promotions, we realized, man, especially with AML wrestling, which is ours, we saw people coming from all over and wanting to work for us, and the local fans didn't know who they were. So it didn't make a lot of sense for us to book them. So might have been some selfish reasons in there as well, because we wanted to see them work. But the cool thing about Showcase, other than having all these people that most of the fans don't know, is every match is a championship match.
Right.
And Wrestlecade used to be just Wrestlecade, and it was one night. And when we expanded to 2 nights, we didn't want 2 days of the, or 2 days, we didn't want to do 2 days of the same thing.
Right.
So we were like, hey, how about Showcase of Champions? So you're going to see the top 10 matches as voted on by you, the fans, from Showcase of Champions year 1 up through last year. You'll see extreme differences in the sets and the growth of the crowd and the lights and everything from year 1, which we didn't know that it would be a successful experiment, which it was, up until last year, which was massive and major and pretty awesome. So I'm pretty pumped to see what's in there.
You could definitely see some differences in where it started and where it ended, and just watching that. But went from the little fan fest area and blew up to having its own room at the Benton Convention Center.
That's right. And now Wrestlecade Weekend takes up all the floors of the Benton Convention Center, which is kind of cool. So look, do us a favor right now. Share this broadcast with your friends on all social media platforms. We're giving this to you absolutely free because we want to give you who maybe have never been to Wrestlecade Weekend a taste of what to expect if you come in 2021. And if you have been, maybe missed a year, you might catch up on a match that you didn't get to see. And if for some reason you've seen all these matches and you're one of the loyal fans, we changed the endings on a couple of these matches. No, not really. You're going to watch them all over again for the second, 6th, 10th, 12th time, because some of the matches are really that good, I promise you. And you'll see some people that weren't on television then, but they have been on television for quite a while. And the names, the list is pretty extensive.
Yeah, that's one of the cool points of Showcase is you will know after watching this that you may want to buy a ticket to it later, because somebody you meet there that you can be hands-on with, meet, get an autograph and a picture. 2 years from now, will be on TV as a top star.
That's right. That's right. So once again, share this broadcast. Let everyone know about it. And would like to thank our day one, year one sponsor, Top Rope Belts. Since day one all the way through the beginning, they believed in what we were doing before they saw the thousands of people that showed up at the Benton Convention Center. They don't know that we're giving them a plug here, but it's definitely worth it, because if you believe in what somebody's doing before it's proven, that says a lot about the company, and we really appreciate that. And go to shopwrestlecade.com. One of the things that we don't talk about nearly enough, in the past couple of years, we've kind of pushed that to the side, not intentionally, it just happened that way. And we assumed everyone knew, is that when we walked away from Wrestlecade Weekend last year, we'd given $30,000 to charity. So we can't do that this year, and we don't like that at all, because other than being huge wrestling fans, of course, we both have families, we both have children, we love children, and the charities we support give Christmases to families with children. So go to Shop Wrestlecade, and you'll help support those families and those children for Christmas and the holidays, and even going into next year. And there's some really cool Wrestlecade merchandise, autographs, exclusive stuff, DVDs if you're not into the high dollar memorabilia. But there's some really cool memorabilia that's marked down and on sale for Black Friday weekend. So it's night one of Wrestlecade Weekend goes virtual. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the other side.
That's going to be a battle. I would look for the Lockharts to try to use the mental game to slow down what is a physical tornado between the two of them, Richards and Edwards. Obviously have been on national TV for the last couple of years, winning that tag title belt, and as part of that tag title picture here for Dixie Carter's company, Total Nonstop Action.
And Scott, we're talking about experience. The brothers Lockhart been together for 3 years as a team. But when we talk about the Wolves, they've been together 7 years as a team, and total 24 years in the business together. I'll tell you what, these two are very much veterans. They've dominated all over the country, former two-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, to go with those 5 TNA reigns. And the brothers Lockhart are going to have their hands full.
This is going to be a tough challenge for the brothers. They are going to be facing two men who have seen it all, pretty much. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be really difficult for a younger team, albeit two guys that know each other arguably better than the guys who they're facing. It's going to be difficult. We'll have to see how it goes.
Bell sounds, this one's underway. TNA World Tag Team Championships on the line. The Wolves defending against the brothers Lockhart.
Interesting that the Lockharts are leaving their jackets on.
The Lockharts both weighing in at just under 200 pounds. You see Davey Richards in the ring. He weighs in at 202. A lean and chiseled 202. And a man that he grew up idolizing, the Dynamite Kid, a man who he's modeled his style after. And these two basically say they want to be this generation's version of the British Bulldogs.
Well, they're well on their way.
As the brothers Lockhart, Scott, as you pointed out, with those jackets still on. I know the Back to the Future 30th anniversary was recently, but I think they might be taking it a little bit far.
I believe so. I have to wonder what they're thinking here. That can't be something. That's not an advantage.
This is the biggest matchup of their career, getting a legitimate shot at the TNA World Tag Team titles, and it looks like they're taking the Wolves a little lightly.
Okay, Blake, I tried talking to these guys in the back. They didn't want anything to do with me. Can you tell the two of them apart?
We do know there's Eric and Andrew in there.
Okay. I'm going to call the guy in the white Andrew.
As Andrew Lockhart in the ring. And for the purpose of this one, folks, Andrew with the man bun, and Eric's letting it flow. The Boston, Massachusetts native in there. Eddie Edwards, trained by the famous Killer Kowalski.
What that tells me, Blake, is that he's not above breaking a few bones if he has to.
They certainly know how to pick the body parts, isolate them, and focus on him. As there's that quick tag into Davey Richards. And again, working over the left arm there of Lockhart. As Eric in a very precarious situation as Davey Richards.
Andrew.
And Richards stopping on the foot and drives the knee right into Andrew Lockhart's hand.
Andrew's wrist looks like it's been waffled.
As Andrew Lockhart certainly wants to get the tag into his brother. And Scott, something that certainly could be noted. Over the last few months, the brothers Lockhart have been competing more in singles competition. Of course, as brothers, of course, as competing together for many years, they're able to pick it up like that on a bicycle. But you think there might be a little bit of an adjustment period. And I don't know how much of an adjustment period you can afford in there with the TNA World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of had to put aside their singles aspirations for a second.
And Eric and Andrew Lockhart having a very difficult time right now. And Edwards and Richards send him for a ride. And a double back elbow by the Wolves. And again, Richards there.
Looks like the brothers had to bury whatever the aspirations they had to take advantage of this opportunity. And I wonder if that's taking a part as part of it.
And we got
what
that
they're going on.
It's modified. Looks like Indian Deathlock applied here.
Eric Lockhart is in a bad way, and brother Andrew.
Andrew's gonna cut him off.
Oh no!
And the double T from the Wolves working against the brothers Lockhart here.
The referee's back was turned, and the Wolves were just cranking down on that.
There's the tag as the brothers Lockhart trying to take back over here as Andrew and Eric with the biggest opportunity of their careers. Off the ropes. Drops the elbow.
And this is their style. They've got those jackets still on.
We'll give you something to eat. Come on, Davey! Come on, Davey!
There's a tag, Eddie Edwards in drop toe hold, and Davey Richards with the big face wash. Classic double teaming right there from the Wolves, 1-2, and a near fall. As Eddie Edwards, again trained by Killer Kowalski. Davey Richards trained by Tony Kozina and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. As the crowd, and there's a rake of the eyes.
That was a lifesaver.
As Scott, the brothers Lockhart, try to pull out any tactic they can to stay on the attack.
They're going to have to use everything in their arsenal if they want to take down the champs.
And drives the knee to the midsection again as Andrew and Eric double teaming here.
Using the referee as a blockade.
As Davey Richards all bent out of shape. As they continue to coax him in the ring. And the brothers Lockhart again having their way here. And drives the boot right into the throat of Eddie Edwards. And there's the tag, Andrew and Eric, quick exchanges.
Eric Lockhart now, a legal man.
And Eric now with that front chancery and a float over suplex. 1, 2, and the butterfly won't do it. And look at him right there, cutting the ring in half, keeping Eddie Edwards back to Davey Richards.
Well, he's a small guy, Blake. I wouldn't call him a butterfly.
As Eddie Edwards with a suplex, and that might create the opening. There's a rollover, and there's the tag into Davey Richards.
Uh-oh.
And the brothers Lockhart, maybe not how they wanted it. The snap suplex there by Davey Richards.
I think Eric needs to make a tag.
And Eric gets leveled right there with that stiff kick. And Davey right there Oh, look at that leg lock. Rolls him over. One more time, he's gonna float it right back. And Davey Richards floats right back with it. And putting all that pressure on the right knee and hamstring of Eric Lockhart.
Eric is in a tap. If he doesn't do something here fast, he better get to the ropes.
As Richards and Edwards. There's a pinning combination, 1-2. Almost a surfboard into a pin. As Eric Lockhart is in no man's land here. And Richards is going to take out Andrew.
Andrew goes to the floor.
And now here we go. The Irish whip. And he's going to send Davey in. A couple of forearms. Drop toe hold. Into an elbow to the back of the neck.
That'll do it.
2.
Oh, he kicked out.
And a near fall for the Wolves.
Well, Eric Lockhart really showed me something there. I thought that match was over. I thought it was done.
And Eddie Edwards. Oh! And there's a knee to the back. And Andrew and Eric Lockhart find an opening, Scott. 1. And a near fall.
I still think Eric needs to make a tag here.
Eric looks like he has a second wind. And Andrew now gets the tag as Davey Richards bum rushes the ring.
And the referee cuts him off.
And Andrew Lockhart now stomping a mud hole in Eddie Edwards, and now he's going to walk it dry.
You got to appreciate the brothers Lockhart doing everything that they can. They know what this opportunity means, and they know it's not going to come back again if they don't show themselves here.
And Andrew with that rear chin lock, the quick tag into Eric, as it looks like he has regained his composure. And Eddie Edwards desperately needs the tag into his partner, Davey Richards. As you see Richards trying to get the crowd behind Eddie Edwards. As you see Andrew bouncing his head off the mat. Eric, rather. As the quick tags from the brothers Lockhart have them once again in control. Front chancery applied. Cutting the ring in half, Eddie Edwards desperately trying to make the tag into Davey Richards.
I got to tell you, Blake, I'm impressed with what the Lockharts are doing here today.
The reality of wrestling has been impressive overall. Ruthless Ryan Davidson, of course, Mysterious Q, the champion. And now the brothers Lockhart trying to take some tag title hardware back to the Lone Star State. And there's a tag in at Davey Richards, but I don't think the referee saw it.
The referee missed it.
As Richards is irate.
The referee is ignoring him.
And now they've got Edwards in position, the double suplex, up and over.
Andrew with the float over.
1, 2. And Richards cuts him off. Pounding away here on the flesh of Eddie Edwards. As Richards again trying to get the tag into Edwards as the brother Lockharts again isolating him in their corner.
Now, the Lockharts have stayed in this match longer than anyone had any right to expect. And look at that.
Andrew and Eric go for the double back suplex. Eddie Edwards, the double Con Rana. And Eddie Edwards now desperately trying to get the tag, and there he is. Davey Richards is in. There's a clothesline. Eric down, Andrew down. Atomic drop. Oh wait, no. Oh! And there's the DDT from one brother to the other, courtesy of Davey Richards. Davey's got him. The Irish whip into the opposite buckle. Richards picking up some steam here.
Again here.
And that forearm in the corner. Richards, he's got him perched up there. High risk territory. And Davey Richards going for that superplex. He's calling for it. Can he get him up and over? And he comes crashing right down.
He makes the cover. This is over, buddy. Forget it.
He's going to roll him over, hook the outside leg. 1, 2, and the Wolves. Oh, I thought the Wolves were about to hang on to the titles.
Eric Lockhart from somewhere, I don't know where, manages to kick out before the 3 count.
As now Richards is going to go up top. You got to think if he can get Eddie Edwards up. The hammer of the gods, those double foot stomps could be on their way.
Eddie Edwards still on the outside, as is Andrew Lockhart. Eric motionless.
Richards goes for the hammer of the gods. Nobody home. The go behind. Rolls him up. And he's going to take him to school right here.
Figure 4 leg
In the
lock.
middle of figure 4 country. And that's cut right off.
Andrew Lockhart saves his brother from a broken leg, possibly.
As Andrew
has lost control.
pounding away on Richards. As Eric, the double team. Oh, Eric's gonna eat the boot. Andrew's set to the outside, ducks underneath the clothesline, goes for the O'Connor roll, nobody there. Eddie Edwards is now the legal man. Oh, there's a step up in Seguri, into the German suplex. What a roll through, 1, 2.
I thought that was it again.
And the Wolves nearly dispatch the brothers Lockhart. But Eric's gonna hang on. As Edwards puts him in position. Oh, there's a roll through, 1, 2. As meanwhile, Andrew on the outside, taking apart Davey Richards, folks. We're gonna try to call this the best we can with the action split. And there's a big backbreaker. And Eric with a double team. Eddie Edwards is down here. We might have new World Tag Team Champions.
Oh, 2 3/4.
And a fraction of a second away there, Scott, from brand new TNA World Tag Team Champions.
I think I see Booker T on the outside here, cheering on his team.
Of course, Booker T, the owner and founder of Reality of Wrestling, he's in the house tonight. The double team, and almost a modified Japanese arm drag right there by Eddie Edwards, taking out both the brothers Lockhart.
And now Andrew on the outside here, Eric off the ropes.
Oh! And Davey with the big kick. Here it comes. And there's a brainbuster, a super kick assist, 2, 3, and the Wolves are still your TNA World Tag Team Champions.
But the interesting thing here, Josh, is that it did not seem like Ivelisse and Diamante are forming any sort of partnership here. It looks like it's essentially every woman for themselves.
Oh my goodness.
And we have word here,
There
Josh.
it is. That is what is on the line. And this is a fatal four-way elimination style match for the Ladies Night Out Championship.
We have been told this is elimination, so you have to wonder, will now we see Ivelisse and Diamante perhaps come together? As you see them on the same side of the ring right now. This is not a tag team match, folks. Fatal four-way. The last woman standing will be the Ladies Night Out champion.
Diamante and Kiera Hogan in a nationally known, they're in a relationship. They're in a personal relationship.
Absolutely, it's all over social media. Groundbreaking relationship between the two.
And you got to think if that's got to play in here tonight, because Diamante being the newest member of Ivelisse's gang, Kiera Hogan on the outside looking in, you know, she can't appreciate that.
But it's almost like two brothers playing against each other in Major League Baseball. You go out there, one's the pitcher, one's the hitter.
Yes, sir.
All bets are off once that bell rings.
That's it. All four of these ladies definitely eyeing that Ladies Night Out Championship.
So Alize and Hogan starting to get into it. Ivelisse has the experience advantage in this match as a 17-year professional, but I don't know how much that's going to really factor in. As Kiera Hogan is tossed right to the mat, and Alize tope suicida to the outside right to Ivelisse and Diamante.
Wow. Not often do you see suicide dives from a ladies match, but that just goes to show you how important this championship is.
Now here goes Kiera Hogan. She's picking up some steam. Woo! And the girl on fire is smoking broken here inside the Benton Convention Center. And remember, folks, this is not one fall to a finish. Eliminations do apply. Pinfalls and submissions are at stake.
Oh.
And you have to wonder, referee Ben Grayson here counting away. He might need an assistant out there.
Yeah, I don't envy Ben Grayson
Ivelisse,
right now.
she opens the cockpit door, and right out of Miami International, Diamante flying right through. That's a direct flight to Charlotte.
Oh, wait. Ivelisse. Oh!
And she comes tumbling down right on all four ladies. Once again, it's every woman for themselves.
Throwing their bodies on the line to try and gain an advantage here in this matchup.
As Ladies Night Out has really established itself over the last couple of years in Houston, Texas, recently becoming a part here in Winston-Salem as well, putting on a great event. But what they really established there with the Title Match Wrestling Network has really put all of these ladies on the map and really given them a big-time outlet to shine.
Yes, sir. Last time Kiera Hogan and Diamante were in this building, back at the end of August, Diamante called out Kiera Hogan for that match that they just recently had. They went to war with each other. They say it didn't tarnish their relationship. They're stronger than ever, but we'll see when Ladies Night Out Gold is on the line.
And once again, folks, we're going to do our best to call the action. You saw Ivelisse right there. Sent Kiera Hogan right into the guardrail on the opposite side of the ring. Miranda, Alize, and Diamante going at it. Now it looks like Diamante and Ivelisse.
Yeah, Diamante not too happy with what Ivelisse did to Kiera Hogan.
They briefly look like they're getting back on the same page. Diamante sidesteps Alize, and Alize takes out the Ladies Night Out champion. Ooh.
And I would put Diamante up against anybody else in the world of professional wrestling. That is one tough young lady, and she gave it to Miranda Alize.
Indeed, ducks underneath right there. Does Diamante, and a sliced bread right in the center of the ring. Our first elimination could be on its way too. And a near fall.
Wow. And Miranda Alize took Ivelisse to the limit in their title match. Ivelisse ultimately the victor, and who was the reigning and defending champion here in this matchup. So she's no shortcomings, I should say, coming into this matchup, and Diamante's aware of it. Oh, wait a minute.
Absolutely, and it looks like the triple sleeper here. Ivelisse is in. And you never know what to expect in the Showcase of Champions, I believe for the very first time.
Oh my goodness.
A four-person sleeper hold.
Oh, wait a minute. Ivelisse looking for that leverage advantage.
How's this going to work? I don't think I'd want to be Miranda Alize. Oh, there's a jawbreaker by Alize, and the arm drag takes down Diamante. Meanwhile, Ivelisse continues the punishment in the corner there against Kiera Hogan.
And you notice that she was doing that while Diamante was otherwise distracted. I don't think she'd be too kind that she was bending the rules.
As Hogan has Ivelisse in a very precarious position as she ascends to the top here. Superplex could be on its way. Wait a minute, Diamante, she puts herself in position. Josh, here we go. Miranda Alize's in there. We could see the German suplex. Superplex combo. Tower of Doom.
Wow, that one took out everybody. A superplex, a power bomb, and a German all into one. That sounds like the start of a bad joke to me.
As all four ladies are down, three of them are in the ring. The current reigning and defending Ladies Night Out champion is laid out on the outside in the form of La Sicaria.
And curious, the referee is counting. It is an elimination style match, so somebody could be counted out here.
That would be a very interesting caveat here to this elimination matchup.
Miranda Alize going to town.
And Alize wallops Diamante there in the near side corner. Gets Hogan there in the far side corner. Miranda Alize having her way right now with two of the competitors in this matchup. Picks up Diamante, let's just go for a pump handle, but Ivelisse comes to the aid of her partner. And now it looks like a double team on its way. The double DDT on Alize, the former champion. 1, 2, 3, and Diamante has eliminated Miranda Alize.
And so now you got to wonder what kind of game plan is going on there as Ivelisse let Diamante pick up that pinfall.
Certainly a feather in her cap, but at the same time, don't want to do too much Steiner math right here, but I do believe the percentages now increase for Ivelisse.
Yeah, it's almost like a 2-on-1 handicap match here, but you got to think if the personal relationship between Diamante and Kiera Hogan might change those odds a little bit.
Adds another layer to this story here inside the ring that's set to unfold right in front of our eyes as Kiera Hogan.
Diamante did not want to take those orders.
I think someone might be sleeping on the couch tonight. As Ivelisse there sends Kiera Hogan right down. And look at Ivelisse there stopping a mud hole at Kiera Hogan and set to walk it dry.
Diamante begging her off there. She wants to win, but at the same time,
That looked to be a little excessive for Diamante's liking.
yeah, that plane ride home might be a little uncomfortable.
As the former member of LAX.
A little bit of
Trying to come to the aid here of her.
yeah, we've got all kinds of conflicting relationships going on here, professional and personal.
A personal relationship and a professional relationship. What's got to give there, Josh?
I don't know, but it looks like right now Ivelisse has only one thing in mind, and that's winning this championship.
Diamante right now is on the clock, so you have to think the professional relationship might take precedent.
Yeah, you definitely want to see where their loyalties lie.
And you see that she picks up the intensity but briefly regrets it. Diamante certainly having second thoughts about dishing out the punishment towards Kiera Hogan.
Sir, that look of remorse. It bends, but eventually, Blake, it's got to break.
You have some real veterans in there. As Ivelisse with a stiff kick right to the kidney region. I don't know how well that's going to sit with Diamante.
Ivelisse barking orders.
The Irish whip here, the double team. And the double flapjack. Down goes Kiera Hogan.
This could be it. Kiera might be eliminated.
And Josh, what happens if she is eliminated? What's going to happen between Ivelisse? Now they have to question, why would Ivelisse break up the pin?
Very good point. Diamante may have gone for the cover, trying to save her, right? Save her additional punishment. Go ahead and eliminate her. Ivelisse has got something else in mind.
It looks like Ivelisse wants to be the queen of the ring right now and have things go her way and her way only. As she's ordering around Diamante. Let's see if she's able to follow these instructions. They go for the double back suplex. And Kiera Hogan. Her trainer, Mr. Hughes, is in the house tonight, watching very closely.
And like I said earlier, if you think these young ladies are going to go easy on each other, you've got it wrong.
And Hogan comes back with a blow against Diamante. She needs to be careful right behind. Oh, as Ivelisse nearly collides there with Diamante. Oh! And Hogan, sweeps the leg, forces a cutter right there. Here we go, stacks her up. 2, 3, and Diamante's gone.
Whoa! Kiera Hogan getting the pinfall on Diamante, eliminating her. Wow!
So Diamante is gone, Miranda Alize is gone. And that leaves Kiera Hogan and Ivelisse. La Sicaria, the defending champion here, looking to keep that gold around her waist. And it's only been a couple of weeks. She wants to head into 2020, still that champion.
And you got to think that this personal relationship, just because Diamante's been eliminated, does not mean it is over.
And Josh, going back to what we were discussing just a couple of moments ago, Diamante now off the clock. Does that change her allegiance perhaps with what's going on inside the ring?
I gotta say it does. She's looking at Kiera Hogan, has this look in her eye like she's sorry, she's remorseful, but you gotta leave her to her own. It's her job.
And Diamante watching very closely what's going on inside the ring as Ivelisse going back and forth here with Kiera Hogan. Hogan, a 4-year pro. Ivelisse, a 17-year pro. Certainly an experience advantage for the champion here, but I don't know who has more heart than Kiera Hogan.
Right now, she is giving it to Ivelisse.
And a series of kicks right now by Kiera Hogan. And Hogan, runs her face first. into that top turnbuckle.
The look on Kiera Hogan's face as she drives Ivelisse into the turnbuckle cover.
And now right in front of us here, Josh. And Kiera Hogan really picking up the pace.
You gotta think that aggression from Kiera Hogan.
Ivelisse calling out for Diamante's help. She's a bit reluctant. Hogan kicks away the hands there of Ivelisse. She might have knocked her out. We might have a new champion here. 1, 2. Oh.
Diamante up on the apron
But
there.
Josh, you have to wonder, was she coming in there to break up the pin, or was she coming in there to celebrate a new champion?
That is definitely a good question. We heard Ivelisse screaming out to Diamante, go ahead, come in, help me, please. And you've got to think Kiera Hogan, the frustration she's had over Diamante being sided with Ivelisse. I don't know.
We've talked about John Hawkins being a difference maker tonight, but Thomas being a difference maker tonight. With Diamante hanging around ringside, she very well can factor in to who walks out of the Benton Convention Center with the Ladies Night Out Championship.
Ivelisse begging off here. What?
As Ivelisse here, what is she trying to do? Oh! And
Oh
the
my
referee, Ben Grayson, his glasses fall into the 5th row. There's Miranda Alize. Alize's in the ring. What the hell is she doing back here? Alize and the cutter out of nowhere.
Whoa, wait a minute, what?
Alize, Ivelisse has no idea what's going on.
It's like a Christmas present wrapped up for Ivelisse.
And she nails her there with a big kick to the face. The referee somewhat coming to 2, 3, and Ivelisse is still the champion.
Miranda Alize wrapped up that victory for Ivelisse. Now wait a minute, I was all concerned about Kiera Hogan and Diamante's relationship, but why would Miranda Alize, who has such hatred for it, why would she come out here and help her?
Well, it looks like the tide might have turned here, Josh.
Whoa, wait a minute, Blake.
As Alize's in the ring, she's got something to say. Is she trying to join here?
I think she said, I want in.
And Diamante, it looks like Diamante does not approve. Something does have to give here.
She wants in, Blake.
You didn't do anything. You sat on your ass this whole match.
Whoa.
I want in. I want in.
Serious.
Let's go. Stop. She's in.
A little bit of trouble in paradise.
Ivelisse just said she's in.
She's in. She's got to be in.
She's giving her the bandana.
Oh, wait a minute.
Diamante none too pleased about this one.
Las Sicarias just got a new member in Miranda Alize.
And PJ Black has one heck of a challenge under him right now. Has no less an authority than AJ Styles, called Sonjay Dutt, one of the top 5 wrestlers, not just in the country, not just in the region, but in the entire world.
This match is certainly going to be a highlight reel-worthy affair. As Sonjay Dutt standing at 5'8", 185 pounds. PJ Black, 6'1", 213. So the size and weight advantage is in Black's favor. The experience advantage is certainly in Dutt's favor.
Listen to this crowd.
As Sonjay Dutt has competed at a high level for many, many years. And it looks like PJ Black toying with the fans here at the Benton Convention Center.
That won't win him too many fans around here. The werewolf from South Africa here, not exactly endearing himself to the southeastern United States crowd here at Wrestlecade.
So a pair of international stars here, Bombay, India, Cape Town, South Africa. Gonna hook it up here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. PJ Black in the past, former WWE star, 3-time WWE World Tag Team Champion. And again, backing off of Sonjay Dutt, a man who, of course, we have seen compete in many great matches on AML Wrestling Live, but is a key cog in the machine known as Global Force Wrestling. And you're talking about the #1 contender against the champion here tonight.
And here you have two guys who are still really on the upswing in their careers. I know that seems like Sonjay Dutt's been around forever. He's still a young man. PJ Black definitely a young man. So this next gen title, very apropos, as the werewolf here going back and forth with Sonjay.
Look at this fast-paced action.
Quick as a hiccup.
Leg sweep there by Gabriel. And another leg sweep. And look at these two going back and forth. Oh, and a kick right to the top of the head by PJ Black. And a headlock takedown, trying to ground Sonjay Dutt. And Scott in the ring right now, 33 years of experience, but both of these men only 33 and 34 years old. So both of them really starting out as teenagers. Wrestling is more than in their blood.
Absolutely. And they're, like I said, in wrestling, they're still young men. And, you know, Global Force is on the upswing. They're off like a house of fire here. I feel like I'm going to be going through a cardiovascular workout of my own just watching this match.
And the Dare Wolf, PJ Black, tries to mount the offense, but Dutt snaps off the head scissors takedown. And Black's going to head to the floor. As again, that's the champion's advantage, knowing you can lose this match by a count out or disqualification and still walk out of Winston-Salem the champion.
Yeah, it looks like PJ Black's going into Coach Dean Smith's old playbook for a 20-second timeout. He's not getting it.
Sonjay goes for the baseball slide. Black moves out of the way. And that savant kick right to the mush.
Now, this is not where Sonjay Dutt wants this match to be. He can't win the title out there. He's going to have to get him back in the ring. This is, I would have to say, a rookie mistake coming out there this early. He's giving PJ Black exactly what he wants.
Indeed. As Black toying with him here on the floor again, utilizing all 10 seconds of that count thus far. As we're about halfway in. 1, 2, and again, that disrespectful cover of Sonjay Dutt.
A little bit of an edge to PJ Black here today.
Certainly is, ever since jumping on the independent scene, gaining that Dare Wolf moniker, he really has kind of changed his attitude a little bit. As Black sees himself as certainly that veteran competitor. There's a jawbreaker there by Dutt, but he's going to chop him right back down as the next gen champion.
Where Sonjay Dutt is really, really strong. He's one of the best defensive wrestlers I've ever seen.
As Black drives the point of that elbow right into the temple. One, and another near fall.
He didn't show it there, but that jawbreaker really slowed down PJ Black's momentum.
As he picks him up here, and Black's got him. This is a modified abdominal stretch right here. He's got it locked in, really exposing that midsection of Sonjay Dutt.
He's got that arm trapped under his leg. You see that, Blake? That's getting extra leverage and using that rope.
That modified style abdominal stretch, exposing that midsection, and also Scott taking Dutt out of his game, slowing the match down a little bit, and bringing it to the champion's advantage. There's a roll-up, 1, 2, and a kick out by Sonjay. As Black coming to the outside here, as PJ Black's going all the way up top. Again, this is the battle of the 450 splashes. And he drives that fist right into between the eyes.
PJ Black looks like he's going to... Whoa, that was just an arrogant cover. Using 1 foot.
As PJ Black looks like he's almost taking Sonjay Dutt a little lightly here. Full arm dragon twist, and he's going right back to that modified abdominal stretch. And this time here, almost a top wrist lock, worked in with it, and really torquing back on that right arm, that AC joint and rotator cuff, really getting damage done right here by the Dare Wolf.
You've got the ribs exposed, you've got the abdominal stretch exposed, you've got the top wrist and the shoulder getting pressure. But look at Sonjay power out of it.
And Sonjay, with a hip lock takeover, keeps him alive. Sonjay trying to get a breath of fresh air here. Black off the top, and Sonjay meets him in the midsection with a drop kick.
There's that defensive maneuver.
Excellent call there, Scott. Talking about that defensive wrestling, Sonjay does it here. Now trying to bring himself back into this match. The next gen title on the line, the first defense on the East Coast, right here at the Showcase of Champions. There's that kip up by Dutt. Trying to get this crowd behind him here. as these two exchanging forearm shivers right in the middle of the ring. Dutt pounding away on Black. Goes for the haymaker. Black's got him. Dutt flips out of it. Well scouted by Sonjay Dutt. He picks him up, and he's going to ram him into the corner face first. And there's the Bombay Boom. He's got him. And the missile drop kick. Puts the inside leg. 1, 2. And we were half a count away from a brand new Global Force Wrestling Next Gen champion.
If Sonjay Dutt gets momentum in space, nobody can beat him.
As Sonjay now trying to get some crowd support here at the Benton Convention Center. Capacity crowd on hand. Kickoff of Wrestlecade Weekend. Sends him off the ropes. Dutt flips around into that rotating DDT.
I can do it.
1, 2. Move right there, that ring presence, the veteran PJ Black puts his foot on the bottom ropes, and just like that, Scott keeps the belt in his kick.
The last possible.
Sonjay trying to go back to the playbook, see what's next on the list. Brings him back to a vertical base now, and trying to chop away on the Darewolf. Runs into a back elbow. Dutt up top, goes for that moonsault, lands on his feet. He's got him, German suplex, standing switch by the Darewolf, runs him into the ropes. O'Connor roll right out of it. He picks him up into a Blue Thunder bomb. 1, 2, and a 2.5 by PJ Black.
Sonjay Dutt, with the last bit of his energy, gets out at the count of 2 7/8.
Action fast and furious right here at the Showcase of Champions. Just the kind of action you'd expect from a next-gen matchup. Goes for that springboard moonsault. Taking a page out of Chris Jericho's playbook right there.
Is that cheating? Can't be doing that. Is that cheating? Come on, man. No feet on that. Let's go.
And the referee caught PJ Black, who again looks like he has a few shenanigans that we have not previously seen from him.
This is a different PJ Black than the one I remember.
As Dutt, again, that defensive wrestling, nails him with a right hand.
Some guys are just better at wrestling from underneath, and this is the case. It happens in the pros as well as the amateurs.
Irish territory. Could he be going for here? Oh, goes for that Super Conrado, the roll through. Stacks him up this Dutt. Couple of pinning combinations right there, and there's a leg sweep by Sonjay. Goes for the kick, and a standing moonsault into the corner. Look at Sonjay, look how smooth he's moving, Scott.
And PJ Black is a last gasp effort, dives for the ankle to slow Sonjay's momentum. Sonjay elbows him off.
Sonjay elbows out of it here, perches himself up on that middle turnbuckle. And then Darewolf trying to cut him off right now. We felt that over here at the broadcast booth.
Cage in his chest.
And Black showing him no respect. Goes for that Super Conrado. That's blocked by Sonjay. Could he be in position, Scott, for that 450 splash? Instead, it's the squirrel dive. 1, 2, 3, and he got him.
We have a new champion.
Here's your winner and new Next Gen Champion, the original player from the Himalaya, Sonjay Dutt.
And I guarantee you he'll overcome some odds here tonight. Very proud to see where Jason's at in his career in 2017. What a great competitor. At one time, I said the best unsigned talent in the world of professional wrestling. That no longer is the case. One of the best signed talent in the world today. And there you see the modern vintage wrestling championship as it's presented here to us at ringside. And here we go, fatal four-way main event action underway.
Yes, we're going to do our best to call the action as this one's going to spill all around the Benton Convention Center here.
Hey,
we got the champ behind us. He's taking a little bit of a breather right now.
There's only 3 of us. There's 4 of them. We're going to miss something. Oh, look at Andrew
Chet
Everett.
Sterling.
Wow.
Finds an opening with a drop kick to Everett.
Oh, Fenix into the guardrail. And Kincaid, tope.
Stereo tope suicidas on the opposite side. This action already fast and furious.
Chet Sterling showing his athleticism. And look out here. Everett takes out Kincaid. And now Fenix and Everett. Tope. Fenix almost goes into the audience. Wow. Double clothesline, springboard up. The action is hot. Your main event is Showcase of Champions. Boy, Chet Sterling. All 4 men going for drop kicks. Kincaid against it.
Kincaid tumbles to the floor. Sterling out on the other side. What incredible pace we have in the opener.
J.J. Dillon's calling a timeout. He needs to try to get to Sterling to slow down this pace.
Well, I know JJ's seen some wars in his days, but I don't know if he's seen anything quite like this.
Oh! And again, you have to think an advantage for Chet Sterling getting the conference in the corner with James J. Dillon. While Fenix and Everett here do a number of each other on the inside.
Acrobatic there by Fenix. Ducks under the line there, rear waist lock. Trying to take him down here. Everett fighting with a series of elbows. That one effective as it breaks the rear waist lock.
Andrew Everett.
Boy, Everett is one athletic individual. Comes a springboard, drop kick. Oh, man.
Kincaid is down here to my right.
Keep your eyes on Chet Sterling.
He hit the back of his head on the barricade, but Sterling is up. What did Dillon say to him?
And Sterling snaps off the Hurricane Rana.
Well, Chet Sterling, you look at the names and the stars in the ring. Chet Sterling may be the look out, my God. To the outside.
That springboard dropkick again. Chet Sterling probably the most approved in this matchup.
Kincaid almost sent over. Sterling to the outside. Or Kincaid telling the ref, get out of the way. Watch out here!
Unbelievable.
In the middle of the war zone here tonight. Jesus Christ. And the Showcase of Champions.
We are right,
stand by JJ.
We are right in the thick of things here. But that is what makes this incredible event. Here, what a way to kick off Wrestlecade Weekend yet again. Fenix charges in. Kincaid tries to follow. Oh! And
hard
Fenix.
Oh! For a 619, but oh, he kind of needed a face instead.
Kincaid tries to charge in. He's put into the top rope. Right on that top turnbuckle.
Sterling now went for a line.
Oh!
Ray Fenix. What a chop there. Hard striker. Oh! Hard way to land, but can he recover?
Yep. And Fenix.
Oh! He kicked him in the head.
The Mexican arm drag to Sterling. The drop kick sends Kincaid down.
Oh my God, he may have broke his face.
I think Andrew Everett's tooth just flew in my face.
You say tooth as it was one. I think all of them may have flew out. Oh my God.
This could do it here.
We got
Fenix,
it.
the cover. 2.
Oh,
and
man.
Chet Sterling. Great timing right there.
And the championship could have changed hands, and the champion wasn't even in the ring.
Standing shooting star press. And he nearly gets the Duke. Whatever J.J. Dillon said to him seemingly is working.
Oh, man, half Nelson right on his head.
Here we
Jonathan
go.
Moore
2.
in position for a 2.
What an incredible pace we have in our main event here.
And I got to say, J.J. Dillon's the smartest man in the place. He's standing on the entranceway. He wants to be nowhere near this ring.
But it does give him that 30,000-foot view, the good perspective to see the whole picture.
Very good point, Kevin Kelly. Look at Kincaid, the innovator.
Caught him with the forearm going over the back of Sterling.
Using Sterling as a springboard there.
Both men now to the corner is Chet Sterling and Andrew Everett, but here comes Ray Fenix.
But again, the multi-man match, you never know where someone else can insert themselves.
We get focused on the ring. We got to have eyes in the back of our head, sides of our head.
But here comes the innovator, Jason Kincaid. Oh, no way. Triple head scissor.
What the hell?
What a gift with another innovation.
We've seen a single, we've seen a double. Gentlemen, I think that was the first time I've ever seen a triple head scissors takeover.
Kincaid maybe going for a slice. Oh no, he's got them here both in headlocks.
Right on to Sterling.
Wow.
The cutter bulldog leg drop combo.
Kincaid.
1, 2.
Referee very slow to get down for the count. May have cost him.
Tries the cover on Sterling. He kicks out. Will the third time be a charm? 2.
And the foot on the rope. As for the moment, the pace is slowing down in this matchup. Kincaid well in control and retaining that modern vintage wrestling championship.
Again, as we said, the odds not in the champion's favor in a fatal four-way situation. A 1-4 champ, so we got a new champ crown. He doesn't even have to factor in the decision. He doesn't have to get beat to lose the belt.
Kincaid and Everett back to a vertical base here. Pele kick by Andrew Everett.
He didn't get all of it though. Grazing blow, but enough to take out the champion.
As there's Fenix, it's the ropes. And that step up enziguri by Andrew Everett. Now Chet Sterling putting himself in position. He's trying to capitalize here.
Chet Sterling now missed that clothesline. But another enziguri to Ray Fenix, and Chet Sterling now again misses the clothesline. Down to his knees he goes. Big kick and an Enzi. And this may be Andrew Everett's night here
Rolls
at
him
Wrestlecade.
over. 2 and a 2.5 right there.
I look
Incredible.
up the aisle at J.J. Dillon.
Looks to be a big concern for Chet
Yeah,
Sterling.
he started to make his move towards the ring as Sterling's shoulders were down, but he kicked out a sigh of relief.
Well, J.J. Dillon doesn't like to be on the losing side of things. Face plants Andrew Everett.
Nice job with the face buster in a wheelbarrow position.
Wow.
Standing switch. Tries for the deadlift German suplex to no avail right there.
Oh!
Through the ropes with that clothesline goes the gift.
Follows
Here he
Fenix
comes.
right in.
Oh my!
That's the grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah.
This could do it. 1
From a unique
2.
position.
Oh.
But Kincaid can hit that from out of anywhere.
There's a roll up as Kincaid has won numerous matches with that maneuver.
Fireman's
Has him
carry.
up.
Sterling now, fireman's carry.
And the
Inverted.
Death Valley driver.
Inverted
1,
Death Valley driver here
2.
for a near fall.
What an incredible match we have in our main event. Certainly living up to expectations here.
Sterling is bleeding from the mouth. Not quite sure when that happened.
Well, all the impact these guys have taken, I'm surprised they all don't have internal injuries at this point. Oh my God!
Reverse Rana! Spikes him.
He's got him here.
That's got to be
Hooks
it,
the
guys.
leg, 2, and Fenix breaks it up.
Absolutely, it's awesome.
Fenix, the first ever Triple Crown champion in Lucha Underground history, could be on the cusp of taking control of this matchup here.
Everett now to the corner. Here comes Fenix. And look at that speed and quickness
Look
of
at the
Ray
fluid
Fenix.
motion of Fenix. Slithers to the apron.
Talking about a smooth operator.
Everett in the corner. Fenix tries to create a little separation here. There's a springboard.
Oh,
And the
double
reverse
stomp.
double stomp. Oh.
But Fenix landed hard as well.
1, 2.
Your champion, no.
He was trying to have him out more towards the center. Man, he fell hard on the back of his head. Everett wasn't having it, stayed as close to the corner as he could. Phoenix went for it anyway.
And boys, we knew this would be an
Fenix.
incredible fatal four-way, and it's lived up to every second of it. The stomp!
And the
Oh
double
my
stomp
God!
on the apron.
Comes Kincaid. He takes out Fenix.
But wait a minute here. Keep your eyes on Chet Sterling.
Over the top! Into the front row!
Tope
my
con
God!
hilo to the outside. He landed in the second row.
We've got a fan. Oh my God.
As it looks like Sterling might have landed amongst a sea of fans.
Unfortunately, we've got a fan. Wow, this is not good here. But as the match continues here, boy, Chet Sterling, he's got the momentum here after that, just taking everybody out here. He's got to get somebody in the ring. Kincaid is the man that's in the ring. And he can capitalize here, and he can become the Modern Vintage Wrestling Champion.
Kincaid trips him up.
But Kincaid's not going to die easily here.
Don't forget Fenix on the other side of the guardrail.
Oh my God. Onto the floor with a power bomb. Good God in heaven.
As an offensive explosion here in this fatal four-way match. Remember, one fall to a finish.
Boy, they're clearing house here. Chairs being knocked over. Fans need to get out. We need to get our security over there to protect our fans. Get them out of the way here.
And you know when
this
you're
action is spilled outside.
And you know, wait a minute.
Oh God, look out! Wow!
Andrew Everett wiping out all three opponents. What will they pull out next?
Good thing that security guard was there to guard the cement post.
Well, I'm telling you here, these 4 men have given it their all for this modern vintage wrestling championship. No doubt there is injuries. These the competitors must be hurt, but they're battling on. Andrew Everett is the man on his feet at the moment.
Everett all sorts of fired up here. Remember, we still have a title here. That's at stake.
Got to get somebody in the ring as Chet Sterling comes back into the ring. Now Andrew Everett may be going for the final blow here.
As Ray Fenix, oh wait, Ray Fenix, he's back in the ring. Fenix.
Oh my God!
He's gonna kick Everett off. Oh no,
God.
he lands here right on
That is a very hard
right
place
on the
to
ring
land.
apron, right next to us.
His head bounced off that apron, Blake. That is a
Chet Sterling.
serious injuries here.
He is down.
Oh man, we may want to move, gentlemen. As this match, I don't see how in the world any of these men are standing at this moment. Andrew Everett is crawling behind us here after banging his head on the apron.
As
But
Kincaid putting him in position now.
Blake, we might want to get out of Dodge as they're hanging right above us here.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God! He's moving right onto Andrew Everett here at ringside.
Right out here behind us.
Phoenix.
Wait a minute.
Crashes
Sterling.
and burns. Here he comes.
Sterling.
Blockbuster.
There's the blockbuster. He stacks him up.
1, 2, 3. Got him. Chet Sterling got it into the new modern vintage wrestling champion. Yeah, what a match.
Possibly the largest competitor he's ever faced in the form of the Luchasaurus. An incredible way to kick off our 4th annual Showcase of Champions.
Well, I'll tell you, the size difference is crazy, Blake. And when you look at these two against each other, when you look at them side by side, you think the Luchasaurus has to be the favorite to take that title off of his waist. But Billy Brash, there's something about this guy. He's got one of those intangibles that makes him championship material. We'll see if he can hold on to it. It's going to be a tough task.
And one thing that the crowd really loves about Billy Brash, one of the reasons that they support him each and every time out, is the fact that he won't back down. He will always stand up to his competitor, and we will see how he's able to bring it here against the Luchasaurus. Bell sounds we are underway. Referee Jared Fritz assigned to this opening contest.
Well, I'll tell you, you go blow for blow with Luchasaurus and you're going to have problems. This is a big, strong individual with a big slap across the face.
Billy Brash goes for that right hand and feels the shoulder right to the side of the cranium by the Luchasaurus.
And he's already taken some nasty knees. And how about that chop? Down goes Billy Brash.
A series of strikes by the Luchasaurus grounds the AML Prestige Champion. Again, a lot of great matches on this card tonight. We're going to see the Mid-Atlantic represented very well, of course, with AML Wrestling, as well as PWF, the Premier Wrestling Federation. In addition to some other great matchups, we're going to see Battle Club Pro with a great ladies matchup tonight as Lufisto takes on Harlow O'Hara. We're going to see Matt Cross and Shane Strickland. An incredible
That's going to be a good one. I think that could be the show stealer.
Indeed it could.
But how about Billy Brash here? He's going after it. Oh, and right upside the head. Reminds me of one of those MMA bouts that I call. That was a big head kick.
Big roundhouse.
Wow, that could have taken out a lot of guys. Billy Brash, though, has the spirit to answer the call on the 2 count.
Only gets a 2 count right there, but again, Billy Brash not backing down from his opponent. As the Luchasaurus here, a lot to prove as he's looking to expand his horizons here to the East Coast, as he's really made waves on the West Coast. Goes for the hip lock takeover, blocked by Billy Brash. And Brash here with a series of strikes yet again. The Irish whip there, reversed by the Luchasaurus. And look at Billy Brash. Takes it right to the apron.
Well, how good is this guy? Billy Brash seems to be a step ahead of the Luchasaurus.
And the slingshot sunset flip. And Brash only gets 2. Ducks underneath the clothesline, off the ropes. Tries to coax him in. Luchasaurus now feeling the effects of the knee. And Billy Brash taking it right to the challenger here in our opening contest.
And here we go. He's going up top.
And Brash from the inside out.
Oh, my goodness. He got a little bit of him, but I think Billy Brash took a bad spill right there. That's not going to be good, Blake. That was a risk that he took, and that time it backfired.
We're going to see Ultimo Dragon tomorrow night, but a page right of his playbook, the Acai moonsault to the outside. Billy Brash taking it all to Luchasaurus here in this opener.
Well, he's throwing everything at him, and that's what you have to do. You got to be smart when you're talking about a power wrestler like the Luchasaurus. This guy's a force to be reckoned with, and he wants that title.
Brash charges in there with that European uppercut. And Billy Brash now off the ropes.
Takes him out with that running knee. 1, 2, and a 2.5 for Billy Brash.
Boy, it seems like Billy Brash has his number right now. Luchasaurus, like I said, he's just one step behind, but he has the sort of power that can finish a fight at any time.
And look at Luchasaurus here. Interesting escape right there. Gets out of the corner, charges right back in now, sent to the apron right in front of us here. Catches him with a headbutt. Creates a little bit more separation. And the Luchasaurus, look at the extension on that savant kick, Cyrus.
Indeed. Oh, and there it is.
And he takes him out.
I think he might be done, but he wants more.
Billy Brash looks like he could be out on his feet here.
The Luchasaurus, man, he's brutal. He's savage.
He's got him up now. Has him up. Torture rack position. And a modified Ushigoroshi right there. Hooks the outside leg, 2, and a 2.5.
Well, what does this Billy Brash have in him that allows him to make the comebacks, to continue to answer the count? It's incredible. He's taking some power moves, and he just keeps on responding, Blake.
And the more that Luchasaurus puts on to Billy Brash, Cyrus, you have to wonder, will he have enough gas left in the tank to be able to hang on in this matchup?
Well, it has to be frustrating for the big Luchasaurus, because by now he would have already won the match. But Billy Brash is just one of those guys.
As a standing room only crowd at the Benton Convention Center firmly behind Billy Brash. Brash now on the comeback trail. And wow. Luchasaurus inside out with that clothesline.
Well, he upended him, Blake.
And now Brash, he charges into the corner here. And he catches him. And now Billy Brash, the slingshot.
And the cutter.
From the outside in 1, 2. And another 2.5. Billy Brash on the cusp of victory here.
You got to do more than that to take out a Luchasaurus. This guy is built to kill. Billy Brash throwing everything at him, but the Luchasaurus just keeps on.
Incredible opening contest tonight here at our 4th annual Showcase of Champions event. And remember, Cyrus, the AML Prestige Champion at any moment could take that title and cash it in and parlay it into an AML heavyweight title shot.
Very well could happen, folks. Anything can happen on an AML show, and especially here at Wrestlecade Weekend.
And Brash with a European uppercut as these two going back and forth right in the center of the ring here. Billy Brash trying to control the Luchasaurus. Another European uppercut, goes for the haymaker, and look at that athleticism.
The agility of the Luchasaurus.
He connects.
Otherworldly, Blake.
Series of kicks here. Sends him for a ride, the Luchasaurus. And that pop-up knee right to the kisser.
How is Brash still up? Could be chokeslam town.
There's the goozle. The go behind by Billy Brash. Sends him for a ride. Goes for that sunset flip. Brash, he stacks him up 1, 2. And the Luchasaurus hangs on. Here's a quick roll-up attempt. 2. As these two trading pinfall attempts right in the center of the ring. Luchasaurus tries to get him up. Roll-up. 2. And another near fall.
And the crowd is showing their appreciation for Billy Brash and Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus turns him in. Oh! And that ripcord kick. There's the goozle.
This has to be it.
And the chokeslam.
No way.
And the standing moonsault. 1, 2. And Cyrus, just as it looked like we were on the cusp of a brand new Prestige champion, Billy Brash
How do you beat him?
And is able to kick out.
How do you beat him? This has to frustrate the Luchasaurus. Billy Brash does not go away. There's something about our champion that just keeps him in the match. Wow, I'm really impressed.
You can see
Billy Brash is really having a hard day at work.
That frustration certainly setting in here for Luchasaurus as he's got to dig deeper into the playbook and try and figure out how to dispatch the AML Prestige champion. Billy Brash here finds an opening.
Boy, is he good with those knees.
Catches him with a knee, but the Luchasaurus comes right back with a kick. Luchasaurus has him up now. In position. Tombstone pile driver on its way. Oh no! Billy Brash reverses. There's a roll through. 2, 3.
He got it.
Brash retains the title.
Against all odds.
And the Masters of Ring Entertainment Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Both of these individuals no stranger to Wrestlecade Weekend as well.
And they both will be busy tomorrow night as well.
Yes, sir. Both of them scheduled to appear at the Wrestlecade Super Show.
Brian Cage in a singles matchup taking on Crazy Steve. Willie Mack in tag team action alongside Rich Swann taking on Hawks Airy and the Jim Nasty Boys. It will be a great weekend for both of these men. But whoever walks out of here with a title will be a little bit sweeter. Willie Mack, Brian Cage, two West Coast natives set to do battle here in the Mid-Atlantic.
You think we could qualify this as a hoss battle?
This is certainly a hoss fight. Indeed it is. As both of these men very familiar also with championship wrestling from Hollywood, competing many times there out in California.
Yes, sir. A lot of people say, well, showcase of champions. What are you showcasing? Well, you just said it right there. These two individuals alone are worth the price of admission.
This one could main event just about anywhere in the country. Two men very familiar with one another. Pair of California natives. Brian Cage and Willie Mack.
You know what's scary about that, Blake? You said that this match could main event any events anywhere in the country. And we still got two more matches.
Still got two big ones left to go. And those ones will be worth the price of admission as well.
Look at it. Look at the trash talk from Cage.
As Cage here challenging Willie Mack to hit the ropes. And look at the athleticism there with the leapfrog by Cage.
Whoa!
And Cage there goes for the head scissors takeover, didn't get all of it, but he stuns Willie Mack enough. Back off the ropes. Now Mack tries, retaliates with one of his own.
If you'd have told me I'd have seen that in this match, I'd have said bull.
Goes for the O'Connor roll here. Puts on the brakes as Willie Mack. Oh! And a picture-perfect drop kick right to the kisser. Nailed by Brian Cage.
Right there.
And the Masters of Ring Entertainment Heavyweight Champion cooking right here in the opening few minutes.
Yes, for sure. Referee James Hunter might want to check on Willie Mack, make sure he's at least conscious right now. There goes that Terminator clap.
As Cage now charges in. And he connects the big European uppercut. Look at this combination here by Cage. Busting out offense that you would never expect to see from a man his size.
Yeah, you mentioned offense you don't expect from his size. I saw a tape, dating myself, from PWG, and the things that he did off the top rope, I said that is not humanly possible for a man that size.
That is what put Brian Cage on the map there. Leg Larry by Willie Mack, and that will only get 2.5.
Wisely rolling to the ropes to gain his composure here.
And you have to wonder here, Josh, if Willie Mack's going to be able to knock off Brian Cage, and he attempts that Chocolate Thunder bomb, his version of a sit-out power bomb, is he going to even be able to execute it on the 268-pounder?
You bring up a good point. Both of these guys are scheduled to appear all weekend, so how much do they want to put into this match? Their first one of the weekend, right? So if he hits it, does he have enough for Saturday?
That's a great point. You're going to have to dig a little bit deeper into the bag of tricks and try to find something else, maybe a little bit further back in the playbook, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. The fans here in Winston-Salem are loving this chop fest.
As Willie Mack here has Cage in the near side corner. Oh! And I'll tell you what, anybody watching on Title Match Wrestling Network, anyone inside the Benton Convention Center that's ever felt that, probably feels a little bit worse than a chop.
The technical terms are purple nurple.
Oh, that's how you...
It's actually written.
Okay. I know it's a family show. As Cage does appear to be turning a bit purple after that one.
Yes, sir. Going back first into that turnbuckle.
And when you're against a guy nearly 100 pounds heavier than you, a couple inches taller, the champion's advantage, you have to pull out anything to take control.
Yes, sir. Anything you can do to get advantage, do that extra little bit of speed, use the ring to your advantage.
Back now. I think he took too much time setting that one up, Josh.
Yes, sir.
And Cage out of the corner. A series of right hands. Goes for the Irish whip there, reversed by Mack. Charges right back out with a clothesline.
Ooh. Like he was shot out of a clothesline cannon, was Brian Cage.
Indeed. That machine-like offense.
Ah!
And Cage drops him down. And a spinning neck breaker.
Smart wrestling from Willie Mack, but it wasn't enough. Brian Cage turned him inside out.
And you heard him shout out right there, who better than Cage? A page right out of his trainer's playbook. Who better than Canyon? Ooh.
I like that reference.
Catches it right there. With the step up, it's Seguri. And the German release suplex. This could do it here. Lateral press, too. And if you notice, Josh, he did not fully hook that leg. He attempted to do it. I don't know if it's just too much damage done on Cage or simply too much weight to lift up at the moment.
Yes, sir.
But that dead leg, essentially, of Willie Mack might have just kept the challenger alive.
Yeah, I'm glad you saw it, and I'm glad our cameras there were able to catch it. Smart wrestling from Willie Mack as well, realizing that arm was free and being able to shoot it up.
As Cage, of course, you have to think, might have a difficult time focusing here, recently losing that Impact World Championship to Sammy Callahan. And you have to think somewhere in the back of his mind, he's thinking about regaining that title. But he does not want to lose another one of his championships. So he has to stay on the up and up 100% here tonight against Willie Mack.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you brought it up. I asked Brian Cage earlier about that, and he just looked at me, and I backed away slowly.
That was a very brave move right there.
Hey, journalistic integrity. I had to get the information, but he looked at me and he said, Mr. Cage, sir, thank you. Just walked away.
As thankfully I have Josh Gary sitting right next to me, as it might have not turned out too well before we hit the airwaves this afternoon.
Man, I was kind of watching him. He might have been giving me the side eye coming out here, but he is firmly in control of Willie Mack right now, using that weight advantage bearing down on his back.
And we talked a little bit about these two guys' history here, Josh. You go back to Ultimate Lucha 1, Season 1 of Lucha Underground. Falls Count Anywhere match between these two. I watched that match 3 times. It was one of the best matches of the year, and certainly put both of these men on the map on a national stage.
That's for sure, and the wars haven't stopped. Willie Mack was a recent competitor in our confrontation event, and as he takes Brian Cage's head off, went to the limit with Timmy Lou Retton in the main event, showing that he is a superstar wherever he goes.
And Mack here trying to get this crowd behind him.
Earlier, it took him, he took some extra time, and Brian Cage was able to capitalize. You got to think that might be happening again here.
And Mack catches him again. He moves senior official James Hunter right out of the way, and he catches him with that pump kick in the corner.
Oh, wait a minute. Brian Cage is not in a good position right now, Blake.
It's feeling a little warm in here, Josh. Could be a little chocolate caliente. As Willie Mack.
And pardon the reference, Blake, but Willie Mack is rolling.
Indeed he is. 2. And only gets 2 right there. I thought that might have been enough.
Wow. Willie Mack trying to get his groove going, trying to figure out what he's got to do to put the big man down. The crowd here feels it too. They're giving him the energy. They're giving him the clap.
Starting to get behind both men here as you see the mutual respect for both the champion and the challenger by not just the competitors, but by the fans in attendance here, knowing that both men are putting it all on the line for the sake of the Masters of Ring Entertainment title.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you guys watching us on the Title Match Wrestling Network, but there's nothing like witnessing the Showcase of Champions live.
And Cage, once again, the German release suplex. Now he picks him up here. Look at the power and strength. Death Valley driver. He nails it. Cage with the cover. 2.
Whoa!
But Josh, once again, after that combination, not enough energy to hook the leg, and I believe that is the difference.
I don't think it gets any closer than that. Blake, referee James Hunter almost couldn't stop his hand in time, but saw the shoulder come up, and we're still rolling here. It's the fans that are getting the better part of that.
You have to think Cage might be starting to think about that drill claw. Planning Willie Mack right in the center of the ring. But here he goes. Goes for the tornado claw, his version of the discus lariat, but Willie Mack catches him there with the Samoan drop.
Wait, I've seen this movie before.
Woo! And the standing moonsault. 2. No! 2 3/4. Mack thought that was 3. James Hunter says it was only 2. But now Willie Mack needs to stay on the attack and keep Brian Cage grounded.
Yes, sir. I see a lot of competitors. They get so frustrated with the fact that that move didn't take them down, and they try to figure out what. Just stay on them, be like a fly on stink.
As Cage here trying to pull himself to his feet. Willie Mack, he's back up to a vertical base now. Both men are standing. Mack has Cage in the corner. The Irish whip sends Cage there into the near side buckle. Cage, he escapes but walks right back into the elbow. Willie Mack tries to scale up the ropes. He can't get it. Oh no, Cage. Oh! He has him tied up. Now he's got him. Electric chair position. And the sit-out facebuster.
That's got to be it, Blake.
2. Oh! He calls that the GMSI.
Wow.
I'll leave that to the fans' imagination to fill in those blanks.
Wow.
But Brian Cage on the cusp of victory here. But he's competed against Willie Mack so many times, he might have to pull out something completely different here.
We do have a kitchen sink in the back.
That might be what you need. As Cage, a series of forearm strikes. And here he goes, off the ropes. And Willie Mack, he nails it right there. 2.
Wow, another close.
Nails him with that riding bomb, but that was not enough. Mack thought that might have been enough.
Yeah, he even thought he heard the 3 count. Arguing with official James Hunter, who not only is one of our officials here for Wrestlecade Entertainment, but is also one of the Masters of Ring Entertainment officials. So who better than to officiate this? And I don't envy James Hunter. That was close.
Indeed it was. As he's checking in on both men, it looks like Willie Mack and Brian Cage will indeed both continue here. Willie Mack has that glazed look in his eyes.
You got to figure both of these guys are digging into their reserve tanks.
Trying to slap some sense into himself. Yeah, the proverbial gaslight has to be on for both men here, Josh.
Yep.
As Cage connects with a big-time European uppercut. And Willie Mack delivers equal intensity right back. As both of these men ramping it up a little bit here. As they taste championship gold. Whoop!
God!
As Cage takes him right out.
Look. Very rarely will you catch me speechless. That exchange right there, I'm done.
The champion is down, the challenger is down.
Wow.
James Hunter administering his count here. And you have to wonder if he gets the 10 and Brian Cage retains the title. We might have an immediate rematch tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. The crowd would not be happy, but oh my gosh, I think this has been fantastic.
He's to 8. As Cage here trying to work his way back to a vertical base. He's up. Willie Mack, he's to his feet as well. Cage rears back, but Mack,
stunner!
He catches it. Willie Mack catches him.
Stunner!
He nails the stunner. We got a new champion. 2. And Cage, 2.99999.
Check my pulse, Blake. Oh my God.
As we're barely hanging on right here. Cage is barely hanging on.
You got to figure how much more do these guys have left? They pulled out all the stops and then some.
And Willie Mack here, you see him looking right into the fans. He's looking right through your television set, through your computer screen. He's saying, I'm going to win that championship. He's got that look in his eye, Josh. He's all the way upstairs. Keep your eyes on Chocolate Thunder.
Oh! Rolls through, luckily. Catches him. Wait a minute.
And Cage, he plants him right there.
Oh my God! Muscles him up for 2 times.
He's going to turn him around here.
Oh!
And he nails it. 2. And the F5 won't do it.
I said it earlier jokingly, Blake, but they are going to have to kill each other to finish this. Oh my gosh.
And you have to wonder, outside of the Chocolate Thunder Bomb, outside of the Drill Claw, what could possibly be left in both of these men's arsenal that could take out the other?
They've thrown everything they've got at each other and then some.
Cage is calling for it. This could be the Drill Claw here, Josh. Willie Mack, he has it well scouted. He sees it coming. The go behind by Willie Mack. Pushes him off into the ropes. Willie Mack. The pop-up punch. Now Mack's got him here.
Oh!
And there it is. Chocolate Thunder Bomb. 2. 2 3/4. I thought that was enough.
You mentioned earlier, Blake, you didn't know if he'd be able to get him up. He, in fact, got him up, but was not able to keep him down.
And maybe did that take out too much? Woo!
I might have to go get somebody to fan me off later. My goodness, I'm sweating.
Willie Mack trying to reach, trying to get back to his feet. Brian Cage, he's trying to get to his feet. James Hunter's checking in, it appears, as if both men, at least at this juncture, will continue.
Looks like Willie Mack is the first to his feet.
As Willie Mack, he's starting to feed off of this crowd. He's going for the stunner one more time. Cage sees it coming. Oh, catches him with the pump kick. Cage off the ropes. There's the 559. He nails him.
Got him up.
Oh no! And look at that, just the dead weight of Willie Mack, unable to keep him up. Oh, and he plants him right there. Good night. With that flatliner, another page right out of Canyon's playbook, and that's gonna do it.
Wow, right on his head.
A 16-year professional out of Bombay, India, 5'8", 194, the original player from the Himalaya, trained by Larry Sharp's Monster Factory.
Boy, the fans are here to see Cody.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. Let's head to the ring. Ring announcer Corky Franks to kick this one off.
I'll stay here all damn day. Keep going. Cody, these people think you're better than me. I'm not sure what exactly. Well, why don't we ask him? Who's better at the pro wrestling game? Cody?
You know what? I think it's a tie.
See, I'm listening to the crowd here in Winston-Salem, and I think it's unanimously in favor of Cody Rhodes.
It's very rude of them.
How much did you pay these people off to chant your name right now, huh? $40. He said $40. You gave him $40, dude. That's crazy, man. So look, if we want to judge on who's better by the simple fact that there's gold around my waist, y'all better start chanting my name. Sonjay.
Would you be quiet?
What? He asked me to chant his name.
He was talking to the crowd.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. It's for the Global Force Wrestling Next Gen Championship. Introducing first, the challenger to my left. He comes to us by way of Marietta, Georgia. And weighing in this afternoon at 220 pounds, Cody Rhodes. And his opponent across the ring comes to us by way of Washington, D.C. and weighed in at 185 pounds. He is the current Global Force Wrestling Next Gen Champion and the original player from the Himalayas, Sonjay Dutt.
So the challenger and the champion have both been introduced. It's the calm before the storm. Gentlemen, the main event is about to get off and running. Prediction time. Who's walking out of this one with the victory?
Well, I don't know, man. Sonjay Dutt has been around for a long time. I have a lot of respect from a lot of the people. They like Cody Rhodes because they've seen him before. But that doesn't take away from Sonjay Dutt. Sonjay Dutt's been in this ring for a long time. So it's going to be, I think the favorite's in Sonjay Dutt's hand.
I'm going to say the people are wrong, and Sonjay Dutt will retain.
Bell sounds, this one's underway. It's main event time at our second annual Showcase of Champions. The Global Force Wrestling Next Gen title is on the line. The original player from the Himalayas, Sonjay Dutt, defending against Cody Rhodes, senior official of AML. James Hunter assigned to this contest. Gentlemen, we are in for a classic.
I have a question. Has he been champion since he won it last year?
That's right.
Sonjay Dutt, about a year running now, as Global Force Wrestling Next Gen champion, defending it all around the country.
So he's on a roll.
And look at him. He's bowing to the crowd. and offering to shake hands of, the American Nightmare. And look at that. Very nice sportsmanship, gentlemen. I think the fans should apologize to Sonjay Dutt.
We know the experience, the speed and quickness lies with Sonjay Dutt, but the height and weight advantage does lie with Cody Rhodes.
Cody also had
I think it's the
superior
challenge here.
Oh, and Cody showing off the cartwheels. Was that a 10, gentlemen, or what?
I think that was 10.
That's
That was
really
very
good.
pretty, very pretty, very pretty, very pretty.
And it looks like Sonjay could be America's next top talent.
Yes, I think I would sign him up to lead my cheerleading team tomorrow. Like now. He could do it.
These are two bona fide professionals, 26 years of experience between the two of them.
Wow.
In the rope, sends him for a ride, does Dutt. And Rhodes counters with a shoulder tackle, but Dutt pops right back up, showing off that quickness and that agility.
He's also showing that he's not intimidated by Cody Rhodes.
Cody drops down with that right hand. And Cody picks him up. Precarious situation for the next gen champion.
He's going to take a page out of his brother's handbook here. Yep.
And just like a shattered dream, Cody executes the kick, goes for that disaster kick. But just like that, Sonjay snaps off a Hurricane Rana.
Had it well scouted.
And Dutt, baseball slide to the outside. That's going to take Cody Rhodes out. Sonjay going for a possible Asai moonsault here. Here he goes, and he lands right on Cody.
And back on his feet.
And takes out the challenger.
Yeah. He gets the clap. He gets the clap from me on that one.
He is not intimidated at all.
And Sonjay was taking him right in front of us here.
Oh, my heart beat faster when he came. I thought he was going to mess the table up.
Sends him into the ring. Cody. Oh, and he nails him there. That's a disaster kick, but unfortunately, Sonjay's on the outside. Here comes Cody. All the way off. Springboard splash. What a plancha. Off the top there by Cody Rhodes.
Never saw that in Connecticut.
This is Cody Unleashed.
The athleticism on full display of Cody Rhodes right here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. As he sends Dutt into the ring.
You know, the respect I have for Cody Rhodes, I'll say this. A lot of times.
Whoa! And a modified STO right there. Hooks the outside leg too. And an ear fall.
He grapevined the leg before he did. I think that was stupendous. But when you see a lot of people that come from up north and they get back on the independent scene, a lot of them, they go off the name they already have. And when they go off the name they already have, they don't do much. But Cody Rhodes has expanded on that, and he's doing a lot more than what his name says he has done.
As Sonjay Dutt tries to catch his breath. Oh! And we thought he was just taking a drink of water here.
I didn't think that's what happened. That didn't run through my mind at all.
But he spits it right in the face of Cody Rhodes and goes to the outside.
That's nasty.
I should have given him my flask.
And now Dutt appears to be on the attack with that hard Irish whip into the rail. And Cody Rhodes now hops the rail, and folks, we're going right back into the crowd.
That's a $20 seat right there.
They've been getting their money's worth, I'll tell you that much.
They're getting more than their money's worth.
They're in the wrong side of territory. There's a lot of sensitive people in the area.
Wait a minute. Sonjay!
Oh, wow! That's a high cross body off the guardrail.
Please come back to this side. There's too many Sue Happy people in the area you in. From my view panel.
Nearly takes him out right there.
Sue Happy is my ex-girlfriend.
Sue Happy and Sue Nappy is in the same session.
As Sonjay trying to build some momentum here. And the running kick to Cody Rhodes, folks. We apologize if we can't call the action like we normally do. We're going to try our best here from the broadcast location. Caprice, Scott, and I are pretty far away from the action right now.
He just ran him into the concrete pillar that is holding up the building.
Yes, I caught that on my monitor.
And Cody Rhodes, he goes face first right into that concrete pillar.
That will change the landscape of the match right there.
And it'll also, there will be a little shattered dreams in his vision, if you will.
Good one.
As Cody trying to collect his thoughts right now.
Yeah, that'll change the game plan.
As Sonjay is in full control as we're making our way back to the ring now.
Cody is seeing some stardust, if you know what I mean.
I guess Scott will be here all weekend.
That's right.
As Sonjay now picks him up and chopping away at the challenger.
Oh, pump kick.
And that pump kick might have just taken him out. 1-2.
Not only did it take him out, but it trapped him. So when he landed, his feet were trapped behind him.
And Cody Rhodes trying to work his way back to his feet, trying to collect his thoughts right now. Looks to be a little bit out of breath, out of sorts.
I just noticed
he just had his head ran into a pillar.
But you look at it, he looked like his old man there. You know how he likes to, how Dusty used to make eye contact with everybody in the building as he's coming up.
Of course.
And Cody has that same instinct. He's drawing off the energy of the crowd, and that's going to portend very well here today. And I just noticed that as he was trying to come up, even when he's been knocked silly.
Sonjay Dutt applying a neck vice right here, trying to really cinch it in and wear down the challenger. Cody Rhodes in his first appearance in the Mid-Atlantic in a long time, looking to carry on this Thanksgiving weekend tradition that his father established nearly 30 years ago.
And I believe Cody Rhodes is one that does not mind hearing his father's name. A lot of times when somebody are following their father's footsteps, that's the last thing they want to hear because they want to supersede him. But he respects his father.
Certainly respects his father. He taught him just about everything he knows, but you can certainly look at both Rhodes boys. Dustin Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, both men have already forged their own legacies and continue to carry on the American Dream tradition that Dusty established many years ago.
Oh, standing moonsault.
Standing moonsault, but well scouted there by Cody Rhodes, and now takes out Sonjay with a clothesline, and now both the challenger and champion are down. The next gen title hanging in the balance. What a main event we have at the Showcase of Champions.
Yeah, this match is delivering, my friends.
Well, I tell you,
we're not even done.
I tell you what, when Cody Rhodes hit that pillar on the wall, I felt that Sonjay Dutt would be in control longer than he has been. So with Cody Rhodes able to bounce back, it's saying a lot about him.
And again, gentlemen, with what we know about concussions these days, Cody Rhodes certainly could have gotten his bell rung. He might not even know where he is right now. He could be out on his feet, and he might just be trying to put up a fight to save his life.
Well, he's putting up more than a fight right now, I'll tell you that much. He's putting up a fight against the next-gen champion, and he's not doing bad at all.
Sonjay Dutt laying in those forearm shots. Cody Rhodes looks like he's out on his feet right now.
He does.
And he follows him in. Cody! Oh! And he takes out Sonjay with a forearm. There's a clothesline. A second win here by Cody Rhodes. Looks like he was going for crossroads. But again, Sonjay had that well scouted and regains control.
Sonjay Dutt is not intimidated at all.
There's that pendulum kick in the corner. He calls that the Bombay Boom. Now Sonjay, a little hip swivel and a missile drop kick. Here he comes, hooks the inside leg, 2, and Cody kicks out at 2.5.
Well, you know what? I don't even believe that Sonjay thought that was going to be the end of it, but he covered him to get a little bit more of the gas out of the tank of Cody Rhodes.
It's also a good way to find out where you are in a match.
Yeah.
How long it takes for a man to kick out tells you how long he's going to be able to keep going, where he is, and how much more energy he has to take out.
And you can really hear the support of the crowd here in the Benton Convention Center. Capacity crowd here at the Showcase of Champions. Goes for the Tornado DDT, does Dutt. And he goes right into a power slam.
Like a quick as a hiccup.
Wow.
Just like that, he's got the advantage.
Another shade of his brother right there. Yep. And now Cody's going up top. This is all Cody Rhodes right here. His patented moonsault could be on its way. Oh, nobody home.
See, that's something you don't see, the risk that's being taken from Cody Rhodes. He's showing that he is not afraid to give all that he has in a show where he does not have to give all that he has. This is Showcase of Champions, and we're seeing why Cody Rhodes is well deserving of being a champion.
And a Tornado DDT gets Sonjay Dutt a near fall right there.
My respect level has just went up for Cody Rhodes.
And not only that, but you can see the strategy forming with Sonjay Dutt. You know that he's going to try to set up Cody for that squirrel dive. And he's working the lower body to set it up. He's working the sternum area. He is stomping on his chest. He's doing everything he can to set up for that big squirrel dive that won him this championship a year ago.
Rhodes has tasted singles gold in the past, a former 2-time Intercontinental Champion, but he looks to be on the ropes right now. But Sonjay Dutt taking his sweet time getting to that top rope. It looked like he was in position there for the squirrel dive.
He got trapped up by the fans.
Cody's up. Sonjay.
Oh!
As both of these men collide, and Sonjay once again with that pump kick. Cody now, he's got him. Crossroads! He nails it! He got a new champion! 1, 2, 2.5! 2.5!
That was Crossroads out of nowhere.
I thought we had a brand new Global Force Next Gen champion.
Boy, that was Crossroads at the dead end. I thought that was the end of the match right there.
That was as quick as a hiccup. Unbelievable.
Like
Sonjay somehow able to kick out.
But like I was saying, a lot of these people, they come back from up north and they take the night off and they write off their name. Cody Rhodes is putting on an A-plus performance tonight.
Brought his working boots to Winston-Salem here tonight. Cody Rhodes putting on a full display for this crowd. Looks like he was going for it again. Sonjay had it well sounded. Oh! And Cody sends Sonjay into the corner, but he happens to collide with referee James Hunter. Disaster kick. This is going to do it.
This is going to do it, but we don't have a
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute, here comes. Oh, wait a minute. Brandy Rhodes. She's going to ref 1, 2. Oh! Kicks out at 2.5. His wife is in the building.
And she is certified.
Brandy Rhodes with the
Wasn't really
referee
expecting
shirt
that.
on. And Cody now, he's looking at his wife. Wait, turn around. Oh, it's Sonjay. Pearl Harbors him.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
This is the referee.
No, I'm all for.
Come on now. Oh, she slaps him, rolls him up. 1, 2, and another near fall. And now both men take each other out with a clothesline. As Brandy Rhodes is not the official referee in this matchup, James Hunter's back on his feet. He's wondering what the hell's going on.
She's not the official, but I don't believe anybody minds, anybody cares.
James Hunter is the senior official here tonight.
Oh, James Hunter's back out now. You got to go.
If I were James Hunter, I'd just leave.
And he's throwing Brandy out of here. And you listen to this crowd.
This is exactly right, actually.
He's actually right.
This crowd none too pleased regardless of the decision.
But he could have thanked her.
Or at least.
As Brandy Rhodes will walk to the back. And Sonjay Dutt, very pleased with this decision.
But he's spending too much time with the crowd.
He's too worried about Brandy Rhodes.
A superstar right in the cuffs that is not here to play games.
Turns him inside out. Cody, he's got him here. Could be a little sidewalk slam. No. 1, 2. Oh, another super kick right to the mush.
Man, he ate that for supper.
And Sonjay.
He's looking.
Looks like he was going for that Sonjay cutter, that standing sit-out Shiranoi.
Right.
Instead, another crossroads. 2, 3. We got a new champion.
Unbelievable.
Just like we talked about in the 90s, men like Shane Helms and Shannon Moore and Rey Mysterio Jr. and Juventud Guerrera, these are the guys of the 2000s that helped evolve cruiserweight wrestling.
Yes, sir.
They're here to put on a fine display tonight.
Yes, sir. It made it real to the young kids watching professional wrestling at home that I don't have to be 6'8", 7 foot tall to be a professional wrestler. These guys are more like me. And it gave a lot of these young hopefuls the kick in the pants to go get professionally trained and become professional wrestlers. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog blade.
Indeed it is. Bell sounds, we are underway. It's main event time here at the 5th Annual Showcase of Champions. Matt Cross challenging Rich Swann for the NGW Heavyweight Championship. Referee Jared Fritz assigned to this contest. Once again, showing a mutual respect right there between the champion and challenger as they're set to let it loose here inside the Benton Convention Center. And Josh, I'm getting word actually, Matt Cross, a former champion, Rich Swann winning the title from him off the coast of the Corto Maltese Islands a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, sir. I was actually looking at that, and our format was probably printed when this match was announced, when Matt Cross was the champion, because I was kind of confused as well, and I knew that they had wrestled each other a few times. So as you said,
non-televised event, not really any footage that I was able to acquire to see how that one all played out, but Rich Swann is the champion coming into this matchup, and Matt Cross would love to leave Winston-Salem with the title back around his waist.
Yes, sir. It's kind of funny that these two individuals who have been known to be high flyers are doing mat-based technical wrestling. They know each other so well, and they want to try and wear each other down, find out where their weaknesses are, and as a coach, I'm loving that.
Absolutely. We talked earlier on, Rich Swann's tag team partner tomorrow night, Willie Mack,
He competed against Brian Cage earlier. They'll be in triple threat tag team action. Matt Cross is in 6-man tag team action tomorrow on the Super Show. It's Team Teddy Long versus Team Bill Alfonso. That one should be fun.
Yes, sir. We spare no expense, right? You bring these guys in, you let fans get their money's worth, not just one match.
Here we go, Crucifix 1. That pinning combination nearly shocks Matt Cross. You see, Cross might have gotten, I don't want to use the word lazy, but he might have gotten out of his game a minute right there, and Rich Swann nearly found an opening and stole the victory.
Yeah, maybe not expecting it that early, realizing, oh no, my shoulders are down. Kicks out on wrestlers' instinct.
It's the main event, a showcase of champions. It's Rich Swann. You cannot underestimate your opponent or the moment here in Winston-Salem. Looks like Swann here trying to slow down the pace a little bit. Cross backs into the ropes, sends him for a ride, and Swann takes him down with the shoulder tackle.
You know, Blake, I gotta bring it up. I think I've seen Matt Cross somewhere else before.
Oh yeah, where's that?
California, maybe?
Possibly on the open road.
On a motorcycle?
Looks a little familiar.
A little.
As these two at a standoff.
Tit for tat, checkmate, whatever wrestling cliche you want to use. These guys are as evenly matched as you can get, I believe, in the world of professional wrestling. Have you ever been to a pro wrestling event and a party broke out?
Waiting for Lionel Richie to come through.
Dancing on the ceiling? And you know what? These fans would be quite okay if these guys wrestled all night long.
Absolutely. They want to get out of here sooner or later, though, because we've got a great Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, the final cut, a Q&A, like a
spoken word deal. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we know that might go all night long, so
yeah,
these
you know
guys.
He's got some stories.
Indeed, he does.
A little bit of frustration coming up on Matt Cross's face. Wants to get down to business.
The go behind by Swann here. Standing switch by Cross. Sends him for a ride. Cross with a leapfrog. And look at Swann's athleticism right there. And connects with the drop kick.
Curls up Matt Cross. You can see his muscles convulsing as his nervous system kind of goes, whoa, what just happened?
And we know Matt Cross has trained his entire life, whether it's been in the AAU Junior Olympic Games where he won gold in both the rings and the vault. He competed in season 6 of American Ninja Warrior. And you take a look at Rich Swann, that's his natural athleticism. He was born with that.
Yes, sir. There's some things you can coach, some things you can train, but athleticism, sometimes they just have it, sometimes they don't. Yeah, you can get a little bit better with it with some training, but there's that innate, born ability. Rich Swann just oozes.
And we had a feeling this crowd might be split down the middle coming into this matchup, but throughout the first few minutes here, Josh, it looks to be a good 60-40 or more Rich Swann.
Yes, sir. Rich Swann with that little bit of that charisma. People that might not be familiar with who these two are, gravitating towards the more entertaining individual.
As Swann has him mounted, he's pounding away. And the chop on top.
I like that. Trademark that.
And Rich Swann here.
We're in Flair country.
He's looking very fired up right now. We are indeed in Flair country. Some of the horsemen will be here tomorrow during the Fan Fest. Of course, tomorrow night, we've got that great Arn Anderson live show with Conrad Thompson. The Arn Show for the very first time here at Wrestlecade.
Yes, sir. Live from Wrestlecade Weekend.
Swann creates a little separation right there. Oh no. Into the outstretched arms across. And the backbreaker just drops him.
You can see the look on Rich Swann's face. Wait a minute, cover.
Drives that knee right in the middle of the back, and Matt Cross nearly pulls off the victory.
You could see the look on Rich Swann's face once he got up in the air and he realized that he was not in a good spot. Matt Cross bringing him right down.
As Swann here trying to gain a second wind, as I think Cross might want to pick up the pace a little bit and stay on the offensive attack.
Calling a shot like Babe Ruth.
And he's going to send him there to that far side buckle.
And you know, I gotta say, Blake, I'm actually surprised at the pacing of this matchup that it isn't a little bit more fast-paced out of the gate. Maybe these guys are trying to reserve something for the Super Show tomorrow night, or maybe they're just not wanting to put all their cards on the table for tonight.
That's a great point right there, Josh. A lot of guys here competing this weekend, 1, 2, even 3 matches for some of them. They don't want to blow it all right away. They don't want to show all their hands. You know, there's guys in the back watching the monitors. There's guys watching tape. They're watching Title Match Wrestling Network. They're sitting there studying film, preparing for their opponents throughout the weekend. And Cross here, lighting him up like a lamp with that knife edge chop. But Swann coming right back with one of his own.
It's like a butcher shop in here, meat on meat. Oh my God!
And Cross sends him flying right into that steel guardrail.
And the referee going to check on Rich Swann to make sure that he's able to continue. He took a nasty fall.
And Josh, a couple of minutes ago, we were talking a bit about pacing. And once again, Cross is going to send Rich Swann right into that steel guardrail. Here in the main event tonight, you go back to the biggest independent wrestling event of all time. Cross setting the pace at All In back in September of 2018 against MJF in that opening contest. Really setting the table for the entire night. Now he's going to close the door here, but hopefully for him, he walks out that next-gen champion.
Exactly. You can kind of see that the intensity's ratcheting up a few notches here as he takes Rich Swann into those side rails.
There's a cover across. Only a 1 count right there. You have to give Rich Swann some credit, kicking out a 1 after being thrown in the guardrail multiple times.
Well, you got to figure his back is probably on fire, and it was more of an evolution, an instinct, like get off my back kind of thing. Not to kick out of the pin, but to get off of his back.
Certainly.
Instinctual, that's what I was looking for.
And Swann.
You see the marks on his back from those guardrails.
He's in the corner. Might have jarred a couple of teeth loose right there. As Swann coming right back, goes for a big slap across the face.
Never say die attitude.
Swann coming right back again with a knife edge chop. Here he goes off the ropes. And the high elevation.
Oh my goodness.
And a thought back body drop as he falls face first. Swann might be knocked out too.
I thought he was going to land on his feet, was going to be able to counter it, but no.
I'll tell you what, Josh, I think the instincts kicked in right there. Rich Swann, he might be knocked into next week as Matt Cross has the advantage here.
And it's a good advantage at this point. Keeping the Rich Swann grounded is an excellent game plan. Spoke too soon.
As Swann sticks that foot up, creates a little bit more separation. And if you notice here, it's not even sticking the boot up. Rich Swann's barefoot in there.
Yes. Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
And Swann, with the roll through into the clothesline, that might be enough to get back in this matchup.
It's a crack in the door.
And it sounds like this crowd is indeed split even 50-50 right down the middle.
Rich Swann is up.
As referee Jared Fritz, he has his count up to 5. Both men back to a vertical base here.
Rocking the jaw of Matt Cross.
And Rich Swann here.
A little bit of juking and some jiving. Here we go. There we go.
And we know he oozes charisma, just like the American Dream. As you see right there, that swinging neck breaker puts Cross right down. Swann. There's a frog splash from the middle turnbuckle. That can do it. He's going to retain the title. No, he's not.
Matt Cross trying to get up after all of those punches, a little bit of punch drunk. Found himself in the drop zone. Rich Swann landed squarely on him. You got to wonder, it drove the air out of Matt Cross.
And you have to wonder also, Josh, if he came off the top turnbuckle as opposed to that middle turnbuckle, could that be the difference of this match still continuing, or Rich Swann leaving the Convention Center with that NGW championship?
Yes, sir. Just that extra little bit of punch, that extra bit of momentum and gravity into that move, that might have been it. You can see Matt Cross right here above us gasping for breath.
As Swann measuring him up now. Swann, the somersault into the corner. Adds that extra bit of momentum with the somersault. Here we go. Oh, leaps into the outstretched arms. And the Death Valley driver. 1, 2, heads up move by Matt Cross to catch him in midair.
Yes, sir. I've got to say that is probably one of the most innovative ways I've seen. Use your opponent's own move to get him in position for yours. I love it.
The veteran Cross nearly finding a way. 20-year professional is Matt Cross.
You got to say, we were talking earlier that the pacing was a little slower. You notice they started to ratchet up a little bit, starting to realize that you got to kick it into overdrive. This is the main event. This is Showcase of Champions. It's Wrestlecade Weekend.
We've seen Cross compete against the likes of PJ Black in the past.
And last year, Showcase of Champions, Matt Cross, Shane Strickland, a barn burner.
Absolutely, and that was for that NGW championship. Cross holding that title nearly a year.
It's amazing how things come together in professional wrestling, Blake.
Indeed they do. Rich Swann, a little bit of a different competitor than Shane Strickland. Similar style, different stature. Here he goes, and Cross slips out. He might have caught him. Slides underneath. Swann in no man's land here. And Rich Swann falls face first onto that ring apron.
Yeah, he caught
now
it.
Now Cross trying to pick up the pace a bit here. And Cross. Oh! And then double stomp right to the back. 2. And that's 2.5. Swann's able to hang on.
Wow. Somehow, some way, able to dig deep, and Cross had that pin deep. All of his weight on the shoulders. You know, it had to take an extreme amount of energy for Rich Swann to be able to kick out of that. You can see the labored breathing for both of them right now.
Swann trying to find a second win right here. Trying to feed off of this crowd. They're chanting all night long. As Cross pulls him back to his feet now. He's got him in that near side buckle. Goes for the Irish whip now. Reversed by Swann. Swann charges in.
Oh my God.
Tooth might have flown out right there. Oh! And Swann with the super kick. The snapmare. Oh! And that step back kick catches Cross. And now Swann.
Oh, he's feeling it, Blake. Look at him. He can see that championship being retained right now.
He's tasting it right here. The handspring into the moonsault. We're going to see the innovator of that, the Great Muta, showcase tomorrow evening. But here at the Showcase of Champions, it's Rich Swann pulling it all out. Swann spent many years, much time with Dragon Gate over in Japan. Learning that style. Borrowing from the likes of the Great Muta.
Dragging him into position. What has he got in mind, Blake?
Cross in a supine position. He's calling for it here. Oh!
No
he was
water.
going for that 5-star Swann splash.
Yes, sir. No water in the pool, but he is in no man's land right now. It does not look good for the champion.
And now Cross, he's upstairs.
Oh, he landed on his feet.
Thought he might have been going for death from above. Instead, he's going for that SSP, that shooting star press. Both men connect on the bicycle kick. The champion is down. The challenger is down. The Next Gen Championship is hanging in the balance here in the main event of the 5th annual Showcase of Champions here at Wrestlecade Weekend.
They had the same idea. They both went for it at the same time. They both impacted. They're both down, and we're up to 5.
And we'd hate to see this thing end in a draw.
It's Wrestlecade Weekend.
Jared Fritz, he's up to 8.
And we got to end it with a big punch.
Both men here back to their feet. Swann trying to build some momentum here. Cross is up first. Ooh. As these two back and forth.
Oh! Oh!
Back and forth, tooth and nail right in the center of that ring.
Spit, tooth, gum, I don't know, don't wanna.
It certainly flew. You never know what you can get in a front row seat here at Wrestlecade Weekend.
It's like a Gallagher concert.
Oh, Cross
gosh,
connects. And now Swann in position here on that middle rope.
Might be setting up for the kill shot here on Rich Swann. Almost begging each other, bring it.
As it continues to go back and forth right here, Josh. Oh, and Swann with the discus smack right to the face.
Wow.
Off the ropes he goes. Cross follows him in with an elbow.
Matt Cross tried to deflect a part of that.
And Swann.
Oh!
There we go.
Oh,
the
he
springboard
blocked it.
cutter. He pops right up. Here comes Cross. The Irish Ripper first. And Cross off the ropes.
He got him.
What a cutter. They can do it.
2, 3. No! Oh my gosh.
What a frenetic pace this one has picked up to. They went from about second gear to fifth gear in just a couple of seconds right there, Josh. These two men are absolutely leaving it all in the ring for the sake of walking out of here the next gen champion.
I feel like an absolute idiot for contemplating the fact that they were taking it at a lower gear. They're bringing it, Blake Chadwick.
Over 30 years of combined experience in there. Both of these men know exactly what they're doing, setting the right pace for themselves. And now we're heading into the proverbial home stretch as they just turn that corner, and it's a full-on sprint to the finish line.
Yes, sir. Who can get the last laugh in? Vicious shots to the body.
As something has to give right here, both men in a very precarious position.
Oh my goodness.
It looked like Cross was going for that superplex perhaps.
Those shots from Swann tenderized him enough.
He's fighting him off now. Rich Swann. Looks like he's going for the cutter.
Oh my God.
And it's a super cutter. He's got him. 2.
Yo! Oh, wait a minute.
Jared Fritz's hand was about to hit the mat for a third time, but somehow Cross slipped that shoulder up. Now Swann.
There it goes.
5-star Swann splash. 2, 3, and he retains the title.
Wow. What a finish.
Well, I think we know who the crowd wants to win.
A lot of people came here just to see him.
Yeah.
Was accompanied to the ring by the owner and founder of Gimmick Tree Entertainment, Mr. Charlie Armstrong. He comes to us by way of New River Grove in West Virginia and is your current modern vintage wrestling champion. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the gift, Jason Kincaid!
And again, a man very familiar with the Mid-Atlantic region, as the modern vintage title is going to be on the line. Jason Kincaid, a 13-year professional. He stands at 6 feet, weighs 205. He's toured Mexico. He's toured Canada. Currently competing in Ring of Honor as well as Evolve Wrestling, a former NWA World Junior Champion, and a top man around the world. This is going to be one hell of a contest.
As Gimmick Tree Wrestling is on.
All right, gentlemen, bell sounds. This one's underway. Modern Vintage Wrestling Championship is on the line. Jason the Gift Kincaid defending against Pentagon Jr. Referee D.A. Brewer assigned to this contest. Cierro Miedo says Pentagon Jr., but Jason Kincaid cuts him right off. Sends him for a ride. And Pentagon Jr. there. Nice little reversal. Shoulder tackle sends the gift right down. Off the ropes goes Pentagon. Leapfrog by Kincaid. Pentagon Jr. puts himself into position. There's a dive. And both these men trying to find a way to one-up each other. Head scissors takeover by the gift.
There's a shady character behind me.
Absolutely.
And one from Pentagon Jr. as they trade head scissors takeovers. They trade near falls, and we are at a standstill.
Absolutely, both of these guys. I've never seen Jason Kincaid put in position where he felt uncomfortable. He's wrestled so many different people from so many different areas. Lucha Libre, Mexican, also Japan, and he's never put in position to where he's uncomfortable. He's able to go with any style at any time, and that's what's very impressive about him. I don't agree with what he does all the time, but I'm impressed with how he's able to adapt with any style.
Super kick by Pentagon. Jr. is going to send the Gift to the outside. Here he goes off the ropes, and he's cut right off by the Gift.
Yeah, superior athleticism there by Jason Kincaid. One thing that gets overlooked with this technical wizardry is how great condition he's in and how he can bounce back so quickly.
And when it comes to Jason Kincaid, you have to look for that death from above, that diving double stomp, or the Grave of the Fireflies, his version of the somersault cutter. And when it comes to Pentagon Jr., whether it's the fear factor, that's his package pile driver, or the aforementioned arm breaker, which he calls the sacrifice, gentlemen, something's got to give here in order to walk out the modern vintage wrestling heavyweight champ.
Well, if Pentagon wins, it's going to be an arm giving, probably broken in two, because that's what Pentagon is known for. But if Jason Kincaid wins, it's going to be from anything that he chooses to, because that's the way Jason Kincaid works. That's the way he moves. He uses everything just like he's doing now. He's using the barricade as he can very well take the barricade and do a drop kick. That's the way he moves.
Yes, he's very well versed in the barricade moves.
Kincaid certainly has displayed some of the most innovative offense we've seen anywhere around, specifically here in the Mid-Atlantic region.
And then him being with the Armstrong family, that just adds another extra oomph to him. But the Armstrong family have not been getting along lately.
They certainly have not, as you see Jason Kincaid utilizing that chair to his advantage. But remember, Corky Franks, our ring announcer, stated at the top of this one, it has now been officially no disqualification. So there's no way that Pentagon Jr. or Jason Kincaid can lose if they utilize any sort of weapon.
And he used a chair there. He was offering him a seat. You know, the fact that he offered it in such a fashion is besides the point.
Well, when also you no disqualification, you can also have people interfere. And I got this guy behind me who is the commissioner of MBW, Brad Jones, who feels like he wants to make sure this thing goes his way. So let's see if he gets any play in this action.
The commissioner of Modern Vintage Wrestling is here. Of course, the founder of Gimmick Tree Entertainment, Charlie Armstrong. You got to think he's going to factor into this one at some point in time, at least in terms of a strategy.
So did making it a no disqualification match put Jason Kincaid at the advantage?
I don't think so.
I think with the numbers game in effect here for Kincaid, that's going to certainly help him out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess with the manager there, with Charlie Armstrong, the owner of MVCW.
And you notice right there, as Kincaid hooks the outside leg, he held on to the top of the foot of Pentagon Jr., trying to cinch it in for a little bit extra leverage. Almost came through with the pinfall.
Well, it's the little things that Jason Kincaid does that makes him so unique and makes him so good at the same time, because he does things nobody thinks about.
Oh, sling blade right there by Pentagon Jr. off the ropes. And one more time as Kincaid will slither to the outside, and the challenger is in control right now.
One thing that reminds you by him sliding to the outside is he's a veteran of the sport.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. Charlie Armstrong had an opportunity to interfere. He didn't take it.
As Kincaid locked against that ringside railing.
That hurt me from there.
I felt that myself.
And you listen to this crowd here, firmly behind Pentagon Jr., maybe the most popular man in this building, I guess until Cody Rhodes comes out.
On a seat offering. That hurt. Completely legal.
And you have to think, even though the numbers game is playing into Kincaid's advantage, the sheer fact that it's no DQ allows the craziness and the unpredictability of Pentagon Jr. to really come to the forefront.
Well, I think he's going to have to use everything he can, because everything he's allowed to do, Kincaid is allowed to do as well, and Kincaid still has the numbers game in play.
He convinced Charlie.
Wait a minute. He's clearing him out. And Kincaid is sent over the barricade into the second row.
This is going to be dangerous.
And folks, they're in the crowd now. Pentagon Jr.
There's no security in there.
We're going to try to call the action as best we can here from the broadcast location.
But
he's setting up some chairs here.
My monitor's not working.
And Pentagon Jr. He rams Kincaid face first now. Kincaid.
The safety of the crowd is at hand.
He's laid out. And Pentagon kicks him right over in that chair.
He just cleared out section 102.
I think there are some busted chairs. I think there's some busted bodies.
You have to think order will need to be restored at some point in time here by referee D.A. Brewer.
This is no disqualification.
How you gonna restore order?
Basically
The crowd is in jeopardy right now as they are potentially in danger.
Yeah, the crowd is in jeopardy. Referee, restore order. That's what security's supposed to do.
Oh, and Pentagon with a baseball bat.
Where'd he get a baseball bat from?
Charlie Armstrong is playing Angry Birds on the outside.
Is he calling something? What is he doing?
As Pentagon Jr.
I just saw Armstrong call somebody. That's very rude to do during a match, first of all. But it's security's job to break up. And security's out getting autographs. What's going on here?
I know we're about an hour and a half from the Durham Bulls, but it is the middle of the winter. Pentagon Jr. could be taking some winter ball cuts.
How apropos.
I don't understand what security's job is. Security's job is supposed to secure the situation, and they're out enjoying the show.
They're napping on the outside. What's going on?
Caprice, you made the observation. Charlie Armstrong was indeed text messaging someone trying to communicate in some fashion.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, was that another member of the Armstrong family, perhaps?
Is Scott Armstrong here?
I hadn't seen any other known members of the Armstrong family here.
But then again, Jason the Gift Kincaid,
He's panicking, calling someone else.
not a known member in his own right. So you never know who's going to end up in the Armstrong family here tonight.
I still think he was playing Angry Birds.
As, wait a minute, Pentagon Jr.
That's electrical equipment.
He's got those cables. And again, folks, no disqualification. Can't really do much about this.
This is if I can have a cheap plug here, this has been quite an electrifying match.
As Pentagon Jr. Hey,
brother.
whoa.
Hey, we're on the same team, man.
We're broadcasters.
Looking over here at the announce booth.
This announce table's gonna last the whole show.
At least through tonight.
He's the one who said something.
Would you speak quiet?
I'm hiding.
As the commissioner here, Brad Jones of Modern Vintage Wrestling, you have to think maybe that's who Pentagon Jr. was looking at.
Well, that's not who Armstrong was calling.
I hope he wasn't looking at me. I didn't do nothing.
As Pentagon now.
Hold on a second. Pentagon headed back inside the
room. Kincaid is set up on that chair on the outside. Keep your eyes on Pentagon Jr.
He caught him with a stunner before he could go to the outside.
But he cuts him right off as the gift. And now Kincaid, he wants to utilize that chair. We've seen him go coast to coast before. Oh! And the super kick to the midsection. But the double clothesline will take both men out here. Pentagon Jr. is down. Jason Kincaid is down. The Modern Vintage Wrestling Championship.
Wait a second, Raphael King!
That's Raphael King. And there's Devin Nicole on the outside.
The pretty boy, Raphael King, has come to the rescue of Jason the Gift.
And we know Raphael King, he was fired by America's Most Like Wrestling, and it looks like he showed up a few miles down the road with Modern Vintage Wrestling. Caprice, was that who he was text messaging?
It had to be. If you put your map together, it seemed like you downed up Raphael King, and I believe Kincaid.
Oh! Nobody home.
The pretty boy just went to the outside.
Kincaid turns around, and he walks right into a power bomb on the knee. One hell of a move there by Pentagon Jr.
More of the problems from the Armstrong family.
And Pentagon, tope con hilo to the outside. He wipes out Raphael King.
Too much going on at the same time.
Devin Nicole threw her body in front of me to make sure I would be okay.
And now he stares down Devin Nicole. Pentagon Jr. wreaking havoc here in the Benton Convention Center.
Listen to this crowd getting behind Pentagon.
And security
is escorting Raphael King and Devin Nicole
Wait a minute.
to the back.
Oh,
Hey,
and
that's the third time they done took my water, and you took my water away.
As Pentagon Jr.
I need some more water.
backs Charlie Armstrong back as the Armstrong family looks to have a new member here in the form of Raphael King. But right now, it's all Pentagon Jr. He's in high-risk territory. Goes for the double stomp. Nobody home. And Kincaid with the power slam.
Oh, double foot stomp. That could do it.
And a near fall. Not quite death from above. but very close. Charlie Armstrong here trying to catch his breath as his man nearly retained the title, but Pentagon Jr. will live to fight another minute.
But I don't know, the confusion from the Armstrong family, I don't know if that made it stronger or if that pushed it away a little bit.
Sends him for a ride. Oh! And he was going for the springboard, but Pentagon Jr. met him there with that basement drop kick at 2.5.
Both of these guys very unpredictable, and as Jason Kincaid went for his cutter, he's got cut off right before.
And wait a minute here. Charlie Armstrong
back to the south.
and now he's making a phone call.
I think he needed to be disconnected because his first phone call didn't work.
Hello? And he's yelling, play. Scott, would you put your damn phone away? And he's yelling Plan B into the phone. I don't know what the hell that's got to be.
Some unknown Wilmington number.
Well, we'll see what
I hung up on him.
Hopefully.
As Pentagon
What did I
Jr.,
miss?
he's got him in the ropes. Irish whip reversal there by Kincaid. He puts on the brakes, does Pentagon, and he's going to send him to the outside. He lands on the apron. Step up kick right to the side of the head, and Kincaid falls off.
Will he dive again?
Pentagon sends himself to the outside. Oh! And he drops some throws first right across that top rope. Kincaid hits the ropes, builds some momentum here.
Oh my God! That was a tilty whirl.
And he flips over into the double stomp.
And he posed for a photo. This man is a technical wizard.
Kincaid is able to. Oh, the 619.
As the technical wizardry is on full display right now.
Isn't it a 304 when it's Jason Kincaid? Just saying.
As Kincaid sends him back into the ring. Only way to win this match. Hooks the legs. 2 and 2.5.
I tell you what, I'm always impressed with Kincaid, the way he's able to bring out different types of offense that nobody's ever heard of, and the way that Pentagon is able to keep up with him, it's impressive. Both of these guys are still in the show tonight.
And you really have to hand it to Kincaid. He's done a great job of taking his arm out of play. We've talked about Pentagon Jr. and that arm breaker. Jason Kincaid has done a great job thus far of keeping that out of his playbook.
And if they come back over here, I'll be 10 feet behind you.
As Pentagon Jr. with the super kick. And the second time, Kincaid charges in.
Oh!
Overhead belly-to-belly suplex right into the ring, right to the turnbuckles.
Pentagon sucked him right in there.
Oh, and Kincaid.
3 count. Did he get the 3?
I thought D.A. Brewer just hit the mat for a third time, but Kincaid at the last-ditch second puts his foot on that bottom rope and stays alive.
Controversial moment there.
The ring awareness of Kincaid shows you and reminds you that he's the veteran in the ring at the time. I believe Plan B has been disconnected.
So Pentagon Jr. tries to maintain the attack. Kincaid charges in. He puts him in high-risk territory now.
He's perched. But he's also
Kincaid off the top.
Oh! The Canadian Destroyer!
Unbelievable right there by Kincaid.
How is he standing
Pentagon
up?
pops right up. Off the ropes.
Oh!
It's going. Canadian Destroyers right here at the Showcase of Champions.
There were 2. That means we take it over. It's the Carolina Destroyer.
This crowd is on their feet, cheering on Pentagon Jr., trying to will him to the Modern Vintage Wrestling Championship.
Oh,
both men trying to work their way back to their feet. But again, we have to go back to Charlie Armstrong on the phone yelling Plan B. Is something else about to go down here in this matchup?
He doesn't have a lot of time to pull it off because this match is almost over. Both of these guys have just been Canadian destroyed.
Oh.
Both back up, but this cannot go on forever.
They're going back and forth, tooth and nail, right in the center of the ring here.
Maybe he was ordering food.
It could be. They did close.
Oh, wait, he's yelling, go, 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 whatever the hell that means. Kincaid there, springboard off the ropes. Oh, no, he's right into it. Pentagon picks him up. Oh! A pump handle, half Nelson driver. He calls that the Pentagon driver, but it only gets 2.5. The gaslight is on for both men. What are they going to be able to do before they're running on E here?
I'll tell you what, both of these guys are running on instinct is what I'm seeing, and the heart is coming out in play. These guys are kicking out of things that I've never seen anybody let alone do, let alone kick out of it.
And you would think the Pentagon driver would end the night of the gift, but instead here, He puts him in position. Could it be time for the fear factor?
Yep.
He says, Cierro Miedo. It's time for the package pile driver. Ducks underneath the clothesline. There's the springboard into the cutter.
Oh, Shining Wizard. Grave of the
There goes Grave of the Fireflies. That's going to do it. 1, 2. Oh.
No! How did he kick out?
As he knocked off Tommy Dreamer with that move at a recent Modern Vintage Wrestling show.
Yes, you can count on a mild form finger the amount of people that have kicked out of the Grave of the Fireflies.
But Pentagon Jr. now is on the ropes as Jason Kincaid puts him in position.
He's setting him in line for something.
Oh, he's going to climb to the top.
You have to think this could be the end if he nails it.
He's taking too much time.
Kincaid all the way up top. Pentagon, he was playing possum. And Pentagon's going to cut him off there. Oh no, is this it? Is this it? Is this the fear factor? There's the fear factor. He nails it. He nails it. We got a new champion. Hooks the inside leg. 1, 2. Oh, he kicks out. You've got to be kidding me.
I have seen enough to know that I have seen too much.
Pentagon Jr., the fear factor, the Pentagon driver. Kincaid coming out with the Grave of the Fireflies. Each man unloading all of their offense, and it's to no avail here. Neither man is able to get the upper hand.
The body cannot handle this much punishment.
The Modern Vintage Championship stands in the balance. And boy, this is going to be a photo finish, gentlemen. I cannot wait.
This capacity
to see
crowd on
next.
their feet right now. Ducks underneath the clothesline, and Kincaid goes low. But remember, no disqualification here. He goes for a package pile driver, and he nails it. No fear factor, but nonetheless, he's able to hit it.
He's got that chair.
And now he's got the chair. Oh no, he puts him in position.
Yep, you called it Caprice.
Pentagon lives on the West Coast. Kincaid lives on the East Coast.
That's not what I'm
Go! And he takes him out with the coast to coast. 1, 2, 3. And after a hard-fought back-and-forth affair, gentlemen, Jason the Gift Kincaid squeaks by with the win and is still the Modern Vintage champion.
I tell you what, that match, so many things happened, so many injuries could have taken place. The champion remains the same. I've gained another level of respect for Kincaid.
I thought we were about to see our second title change of the night.
It looked like it was coming.
As Charlie Armstrong.
What's
wait a minute. There's a backstabber. There's a backstabber. Much to the chagrin. Oh, wait a minute. Here it comes. Here comes the sacrifice. Here it comes. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He can't do it. Come on.
You've got to be kidding.
Oh, no. He wrenches back. There's the sacrifice. Wait a minute.
Devin Nicole and Raphael King are back.
They're back out here. Wait, why is Charlie Armstrong? What the hell is this?
Is he trying to get him into the arms? Was that as an offer?
Pentagon Jr.
What's he doing?
I'm not exactly sure what the hell's going on here.
Jason Kincaid.
As Pentagon Jr. will work his way to the back. Charlie Armstrong.
Kincaid! Oh, Jason! You see, for all these months, you turned your back on us. You care about each and every one of them. You know what? In life, when you want something, I guess you gotta pay the toll. Right? You have to
Wait a minute.
No. Referee D.A. Brewer confirming the cash-in.
Was this Plan B?
This must have been Plan B.
And will the commissioner let it stand?
The silver bullet, if you will. has been cashed in, and look at the size of Kevin Cross, about 6'4", 250.
Yeah, and by the way, Kincaid just went a half an hour with one of the toughest men in the world.
This is a mismatch without it saying that Kincaid has just came out of the match of his life.
Kevin Cross, one of the most legit bad men in the business. This guy is serious, serious business when it comes to inside that squared circle.
Well, Kincaid is definitely still going to give
trying
it
to
all
fight
his
with
guys,
one arm.
but this is not going to last long.
And Kincaid trying to fight back.
He just doesn't have it.
He just had it laying on his head twice.
Oh, Kincaid spits right at Kevin Cross, and I don't think that's what you want to do.
No.
And he's pummeling him there with his forearms. Cross does have a little bit of a mixed martial arts background.
Well, martial arts also.
Goes for the short arm clothesline. Kincaid goes for the springboard stunner, and he nails it.
My gosh.
Out of desperation, that will even up the score.
Is he going to try to beat this guy one-handed?
And Kincaid, he's going for Grave of the Fireflies.
And Raphael King jumps up on the apron.
Raphael King. Oh, he's dropped thrown first across the top rope. Charlie Armstrong's plans backfiring right in front of him. Oh no, Kevin Cross. He's got a Saito suplex.
On top of his head.
And that Saito suplex might have just did in the gift. And he says it's time to pay the toll.
I thought the referee was going to call for the bell.
I thought he was too. Is it still no disqualification?
It is officially no DQ.
Oh, man.
And there is,
on the arm.
love of God.
I thought he was going to hit him on the back, but he hit him on the arm.
And don't forget Pentagon Jr.
Right.
just hitting the sacrifice on Kincaid, and I think he might have just sacrificed that arm.
Oh. Is the referee going to stop the match? He really should.
As Kevin Cross.
Why would he stop the match? There's no disqualification. He just cashed in his silver check.
Kincaid's still alive.
He wants to go.
Wait, Cross. He's going to flip him over. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's got him locked into that.
He's got him in there. Armbar submission. That's going to do. We got a brand new modern vintage wrestling champion.
And a stunned crowd that just witnessed.
Modern vintage wrestling champion.
Folks, I don't believe anybody saw this coming.
Big opportunity for him to win the NGW title.
Indeed it is. We talked about the representation in the Smoky Mountain region, NGW based in Tennessee.
My backyard.
Right in your backyard there, Cyrus. And we've got two top stars ready to put on an incredible matchup here tonight. Now let's head back to the ring to Perry Thompson to set the table for this matchup.
The NGW Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challenger from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing 191 pounds, Mack Cross. Introducing next from Tacoma, Washington, he weighed 197 pounds. He is the NGW Heavyweight Champion, Strickland.
And based on those crowd reactions, Cyrus, I think this one might be split 50-50 right down the middle.
Yeah, I really do. Right down the middle of the room. You're absolutely right. Both guys extremely respected in this industry. You know, two guys that even outside of the ring are very cool, calm, and collected. You know, I've seen Shane Strickland just walk amongst the fans, very low-key, not a guy that draws a lot of attention to himself, but once he gets inside that ring, I mean, it's a clinic.
Indeed it is, and Matt Cross, someone a little bit more reserved in his own right.
Exactly.
When that bell rings, he gets into his own world, and you can see one of the top professionals in the game today.
With maneuvers that are viral. I remember when Matt Cross, I mean, absolutely blew everybody's mind when he hit that shooting star leg drop for the first time. I was watching that in MPG format, little bitty format back in the day.
Indeed. Indeed, as we have the beautiful NGW Heavyweight Championship here right next to us. Bell sounds, we are underway. Shane Strickland defending against Matt Cross.
No more Avi and MPG format now. Folks, you are right here live in beautiful HD, watching it on Fight TV. It is incredible the way technology has been, and these guys just continue to get better. Veterans that continue to amaze us.
Indeed, as Shane Strickland trying to control the pace early on with that side headlock. He does have about a 6-inch height advantage over Matt Cross. And taking a look at the tail of the tape here, both men former holders of the Lucha Underground Trios Championships. Matt Cross on 2 occasions, 3 times for, or rather, Cross for 3 occasions, 2 times for Shane Strickland. Both men world travelers, certainly.
You know, Matt Cross, one of the originals on Lucha Underground, a guy that you saw from the beginning with Matt Cross as Son of Havoc.
And of course, Shane Strickland as Kill Shot.
Yes,
we
indeed.
saw him in that big mask versus mask matchup. As these two have a very storied history.
You can't help. I'm going to clap myself. You know, you got to appreciate it.
Off the ropes he goes. Leapfrog by Cross. Sidesteps him. Oh, and look at that. Thought he was going for the drop kick. Puts on the brakes to Strickland, but Cross staying 1 step ahead.
You know, NGW is, you know, one of the premier organizations in their region. They put on some incredible shows, and these two are a big part of it.
And Shane Strickland there goes for that pop-up pin scissors. And Cross takes him right down with the drop kick.
That may have been the first significant shot that we've seen, and it was Matt Cross that draws first blood.
As Cross and Strickland, 2 men who've been a part of some incredible 6-man matchups on the Super Show, which of course is coming to you live here on Fight TV tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But Matt Cross, Shane Strickland, 2 men, still a lot left in the tank, a lot left to prove in the professional wrestling business.
100%. And here comes Shane Strickland loading up, and Matt Cross with the backbreaker.
Takes him right down. Lateral press hooks that outside leg. And only a 2 for Matt Cross.
Yeah, I was just looking up and down that Super Show lineup. Man, you talk about just some of the names. I mean, it almost just blows your mind. Vampiro's going to be in the house.
In a casket match.
Road Warrior Animal will be out here. Hurricane Helms, Eli Drake. I mean, it just goes on and on, past, present, and future, all here at Wrestlecade on the Super Show. That's tomorrow night.
Every match, all-star caliber. As Cross looked like he might have been going for that handspring elbow. Strickland, he catches him, goes for the belly to back. Cross lands on his feet, but the momentum sends him right to the corner there. And Strickland catches him with a European uppercut. And Shane Strickland there with that corner drop kick. But Cyrus, it looks like he catches him in the knee.
Yeah, he really did, and I think that knee's hurt.
And what better way to take out the offense of Matt Cross than knock out one of those wheels?
Oh, yeah, because if Cross gets up to the top ropes and he starts hitting his rhythm, he's so tough to deal with. You take the agility out, and you have that definite agility advantage. Shane Strickland could be in for an easy night.
And a near fall there for Strickland. As the crowd seems to be split 50-50 right down the middle. And now Shane Strickland, again, we talked about him certainly in the mix for all of professional wrestling for Breakout Performer of 2018. Yeah. And what a better way to end things than putting a feather in his cap here at the Showcase of Champions, defeating Matt Cross on the worldwide stage. And I did not necessarily expect to see a stretch muffler here at the Showcase of Champions.
Oh, the old stretch muffler, but he's going deep into his arsenal.
Indeed he is. Not normally known as a submission specialist, but Shane Strickland here trying to utilize his size.
Going after the leg again, going after the knee, trying to keep Matt Cross grounded. Smart move here by the veteran Shane Strickland.
Cross won't give it up now. Wait a minute, reverses a roll through. Interesting pinning combination there by Matt Cross, but he's taken right down with that discus lariat by Shane Strickland. And Strickland now hooks the leg, 2. Another near fall for Swerve.
Yes, Swerve is on a roll right now. Matt Cross, former M-Dog 20, I always like that moniker. Right now, he is in a world of hurt. Gosh, man, the deliberate offense of Shane Strickland. Not only can he get up high, can he do the high flying, but he also just has these submissions that are really working out for him.
Well, you've really seen him over the last couple of years expand his game. When he came in, he was a bit one-dimensional, more known as a high flyer. Now he can take it to the mat. He can take it to submissions. He's much more of a well-versed competitor, and I think we're seeing that on full display right here. And he flips him up right into the surfboard. As look at the pressure there on that lower back lumbar region of Matt Cross.
He may submit him, Blake. He may submit him.
Indeed, he may. Flips him around here. Goes from the head right down to the feet, and he locks in that clover leaf. Almost a modified hybrid clover leaf sharpshooter. And Matt Cross finds that bottom rope, but Shane Strickland here doing a number on Matt Cross over the last couple of minutes.
Matt Cross needs to get to the outside. He needs time to recover, but that's not really his style. He's not that type of guy. He's going to hang in there. He's going to go out on his sword if he has to.
We expect this match to pick up the pace a few miles per hour as it progresses, but again,
grab him right by the beard. It is No Shave November after all.
We're almost done, but he does have another week or so left. As Strickland here, he charges in, and eats the boot there of Matt Cross.
This could be the moment. This could be the opportunity that he needed.
And Cross.
Matt Cross.
He's building some steam here. A series of clotheslines. He's in the corner now. Matt Cross.
Getting fired up.
That handspring elbow. And now takes him right down. Springboard crossbody 2 and 2.5.
Well, it looked like it was going to be all Shane Strickland in this matchup, but Matt Cross has fired back. The comeback is on.
On the cusp of a next generation wrestling heavyweight championship title change.
And it almost surprised you that he's never held it as much as we've seen him in NGW.
Indeed.
Matt Cross has never held that belt. Shane Strickland doesn't want to give it up now.
And Strickland now back to his feet. Cross charges in and eats the elbow of Strickland. Now he puts the boot up, creates a bit more separation. Cross tries the third time. Nobody home. And Strickland, little 619 right there in Winston-Salem. Flips right in. Goes for the cutter out of nowhere. And Matt Cross puts on the brakes. He saw that one coming, Cyrus.
Yes, he did. He scouted that one out, and they've had plenty of time to do that in NGW. Up and over goes Matt Cross, and he's still feeling it.
Sends him to the apron. Cross now. Tries to go to high-risk territory. Strickland knocks him right down off his perch. Hits him with the enziguri. Cross now. He goes right back upstairs.
Well, he can catch a lot of air, Blake. This is where he loves to be.
And he's going for the double stomp. Almost shades of the swerve stomp right there, 2 and 2.5. Strickland's able to hang on. But what an incredible NGW heavyweight title match here at the Showcase of Champions.
Boy, it has been back and forth action here. Just when you thought it was all Shane Strickland, Matt Cross makes the comeback, and now he is just moments away, maybe one big maneuver away from holding that belt.
As both men here trying to work their way back to a vertical base, the crowd firmly behind both men, showing their appreciation for their athleticism and the competition inside that squared circle. Cross now. He's got him up. Fireman's carry position. Strickland elbows out of it now. Strickland has him in a waist lock. Standing switch here by the challenger. Strickland now.
Shane Strickland just going on instinct right now.
Hits the ropes. He's got him. Picks him up. And then sit out reverse DDT. 1, 2, and 2.5.
King of Swerve can't take it home.
As I thought that might have done it, Cyrus, but you're going to need a little bit more than that in this high-stakes affair.
Well, a lot of pressure on the champion. Anytime you become champion, you got the big target on your back. You got everybody gunning for you. Shane Strickland embraces that as champion, but that means meeting up with guys like Matt Cross that want to take that belt. Oh, wow.
Strickland here with a series of body shots. Almost an MMA-like move.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people ignore the body. Shane Strickland not doing it. It looks like he's trying to work for a choke.
They might be getting him in that rear naked choke, but Cross here sensing it perhaps and working his way back to his feet, trying to put the brakes on. As he's only going to be able to lock in a half Nelson Cross. He's got him there. Wheelbarrow position, then turns it right to the double stomp.
Just took the steam out of Shane Strickland.
There's a reversal now. And Cross, the cover out of nowhere. He got it. He nails it. This could do it. Hooks the leg. 1, this entire crowd
You and
thought
me
we
both.
saw a new champion, but it's only 2.
Well, you know, Matt Cross knows what he has to do. He knows he has to get back to that top rope if he wants to take out Strickland. That's where the power lies for Matt Cross.
As this crowd here showering these 2 men with their approval.
You're never going to do it without taking risks.
And I'm sure everybody watching worldwide on Fight TV sitting on the edge of their seat, glued to the television set.
Well, we knew this could be match of the night, and it is delivered 100%.
And Cross now looks to take it all the way upstairs.
Took a lot of time getting up there.
He's going to that high rent district, Cyrus. He's looking to end things here. Keep your eyes on Matt Cross. He can fly. Oh, goes for that shooting star press, lands on his feet.
Shane Strickland, this is what he does best.
He catches him there. Oh, the pump kick there by Cross retaliating. Strickland goes for the clothesline. Cross tries to cut her again. Strickland catches him. Chicken wing position. Flips him over. And Cross, once again with a pump kick.
2 of the best of their craft here, putting on an exhibition.
Sidesteps him. Cross looks like he can't find Strickland. There he is. And he nails the cutter out of nowhere. Strickland, he's feeling it here. He's in position.
No.
Cross is down.
No.
The swerve stomp.
That's got to be
it. That's got to do it. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And Strickland's still a champ.
The swerve stop on the money.
Woo! Man, now that was
hot.
Great matches, man. What was your favorite match from Showcase of Champions?
For me, that goes back to Cody Rhodes and Sonjay Dutt. Sonjay Dutt, huge supporter of Wrestlecade from the very beginning. Helped put a lot of stuff together that most people probably don't know about. Great guy. It's a producer at WWE now, so he's obviously one of the guys that made it a little further in a different role. But Sonjay was always a good guy to us personally, just helping backstage. So it's cool seeing that match and then seeing where Cody has now taken off with AEW. So
yeah, Cody was right out of his former employer,
yes,
and not far removed from television, and was a big kickstart for Showcase that year, quite frankly. So we
that was his
appreciate
only appearance that weekend.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because he had to fly out on Saturday morning and go somewhere else.
Yep.
So that obviously helped drive fans to Showcase on Friday night. So that was a cool experience. The guy formerly known as Pentagon Jr. was in there somewhere. But man, Showcase of Champions of the entire weekend, WrestleCade weekend, Showcase of Champions is still one of my favorite events.
Same here.
You know, and we work as hard, and you're backstage, and we're trying to get everybody settled into the groove of the weekend. But no doubt that you and I both like to not sit back, but stand back and watch as much as we can. And we definitely go back and watch these matches over and over as fans, not as promoters or bookers or people working the event. So glad everybody got to enjoy those matches. It's good to look back at how far that's come.
This is where it starts to hurt with the COVID thing, because this would be when we were peeking through the curtain to see how many people were there. And last year you had to stand up. There were no seats available.
Right.
So
and they informed us at the Benton Convention Center last year that we had put that room at capacity, over capacity last year. We'll say at capacity last year. And we would have to move into even a bigger room. Yeah. And we had discussed, and it wasn't finalized, that maybe Showcase should move to the big room on Friday night, but that would kind of like WrestleMania, not comparing this to WrestleMania by any stretch of the imagination, but we'd like them to see that arena for the first time because it's so big and cool and grandiose. The stage is totally different, right? So, and speaking of the big arena, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, WrestleCade Weekend goes virtual.
Night two
is the best matches, 10 best matches from the WrestleCade Super Show. Now, the WrestleCade Super Show is an entirely different format. Why don't you tell them about the Super Show and the format?
So you just got done witnessing some of the best independent wrestling. And Saturdays for the Super Show are usually, well, not always Saturday. It was a Sunday.
Yeah.
But
oh, man, that is right. It started on Sunday.
Mostly people that have previously been on TV, formerly, top-notch superstars. Huge matches. I mean, we've had some very big matches with some now former top company champions that have been on the show, and there's also huge lights, sound equipment. I mean, it's top notch everything. So it's totally different setting, totally different matches, totally different fans. A lot more of them too.
It is actually, yeah. Tend to have more of a casual, not a casual wrestling fan, a family type atmosphere on Saturday night during the Super Show, and more of a, for lack of a better term, a super indie crowd on Friday night.
Right.
For those of you who know what that is, if not, it's just good wrestling. It's just a little different. So, but tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same place, YouTube or Facebook.
Turn on your notifications for live videos.
Yeah.
Get ready
On
tomorrow night.
Wrestlecade or Title Match Wrestling. It's on both, on Facebook and YouTube. 8 o'clock. Be sure to tell your friends. Share this. We're putting time to put this together for you. It's not for us. And don't forget, before we leave, or before you go to bed, or before you stop watching this, or before, just before something, or after something, we don't care. ShopWrestlecade.com. There is some amazing merchandise over there, and a couple pieces we tried to put back, and they said, no, we kind of need to sell that. And well, we may have taken a couple pieces out, but anyway,
good stuff.
Some good stuff. Some NWO autographs from Harley Race, and man, some really cool stuff from some folks who've been at Wrestlecade Weekend.
Right.
But we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same place, and we'll see you there.